Ho, ho, hello. Welcome to a very special 4C Comics Christmas extravaganza. It's our 99th show. It's our last show before Christmas. We're here to have some fun. We're here to brand and, let you guys know what you're doing and who you're on with. I'm joined, as always, by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ken Carson. Everybody say hi to Ken. And I'm also joined by the wonderful, and as she puts on her head, everybody knows what a gift Annika is. And Becker's here as well, hanging out. Hello,
Hi,
Mark.
everybody.
Hello, Toby, Emilio, Avi, Desmond, and Facebook user. I feel like Facebook user is just a person. I feel like their name is Facebook user. And they're all encompassing of everybody who watches Facebook. So thank you, the Hi Fam, happy holidays, Facebook user, who obviously has not given StreamYard permission to see their name. But thank you. We appreciate you being here. I hope everybody's here for a fun time. We're gonna have a really fun time tonight. We have
It's bacon.
we got a big show planned for you guys. It's gonna be a slow burn. It's gonna be hot at times. It's gonna be cool. We're going to start off with some relevant news, which is to say, let's see. First relevant news is to say that we have our show next Tuesday is going to be very, very special. Ken, why don't you reiterate that? I know we've been blasting it all over the airwaves, but if you have your...
Yeah. Next week we will have our little charity National Cartoonist Society Foundation charity auction with Matt Groening. Matt will not be on the show, but what we're going to do is we're going to have comics that we're going to send in to Matt, and he's going to sign some, remark some. So the way it's going to work, if anybody doesn't know or haven't seen it, so basically I'm going to show a book. Jason from Capture Collectibles will be here, so he's going to pre-grade the books. So he'll give you a general idea. This book is going to be a 9.4, 9.6, 9 whatever, and then. I'll show the book and you guys can bid on it. We'll set a timer. I don't know how long we'll do it. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I don't know, whatever. And then if the book, the opening bids will all be at 200. If the book reaches 300, then Bill Morrison will sign and remark the book. Matt Groening will sign every book that starts at 200. And if the book gets to $500, then Matt Groening will remark the book. So I put 3 up on 4C for 24 hours, and one of them went for 500, one of them went for 550, and one of them went for 600. So all 3 of those books will be remarked by Matt.
It was sort of like a surprise thing. It was not really announced. We weren't going to advertise it. It was just something special we wanted to give to the 4C people who pay attention, who sign up for all the notifications and everything, and who really follow us, because we know that once we do this show next week, there's going to be people who are new to 4C. Lots of people who are going to get on this, and we wanted to make sure that we got a little something for the people who really, pay attention to the channel and are here all the time. So that was the little thank you that Ken did for you guys. Just to, again, and thank you guys, because all this money is going straight. 100% of it is going to the Cartoonist Society Foundation. Really, really worthy cause. Ken donated the comics that are going to get, remarked and done, and Bill's donating his time, and he was nice enough to get Matt to donate his time, and it's just a really great thing. So we can't thank you guys enough for being a part of it. And I know Annika wants to get one of those, and I'm sure that she will. She really wanted one last week. She really, really wanted it.
She can try.
She could have punched me through the television.
It's funny how many people have reached out to me about it. Well, first of all, if I want a book, I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to pay at least the $500 for it. It's the commitment we made for the National Cartoonist Society. We're trying to get to a certain number so that we can, make a certain donation for the entire year for the National Cartoonist Society. But people are asking me, can I send in stuff? No, you can't. I understand you want to get your OA signed by Matt, or you have your own book you want to get signed by Matt, or you have something else you want to get signed. No. The agreement we made with Matt was I'm going to send him comics. He's going to send them right back to me.
Right.
So nothing else is going in there. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy, in and out. Now, maybe it'll go well, and we'll do it again someday. Maybe we'll hope for people to send stuff in. But for this op, it is what it is.
You see, PJ?
No.
Take my $500 now.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't know how it's going to go. I mean, if any indication of what I'm seeing, The bids might really, they might be kind of, they might go well. I'm hoping anyway.
Well, and all I'm going to tell people is that we only have a very limited. It's not like Matt said, just send them all. We only have a very limited amount of comics that we're doing. So, if you want to get in on this and you really want to get one of these, just remember that whatever you're donating is you're going to charity. So, don't hold back if you can. Obviously, it's money. People, we know you don't have endless amounts, but if you can and you really want this, it's a worthy cause to do it for. So we really appreciate it, and we don't want to be everybody going, well, I'll just get the next one, and then there is no next one, and then you miss out. So so definitely, if you want one, especially one that's remarked, make sure you dig deep, and try hard for those.
Yeah, Emilio, we hope to, but I wouldn't count on it. I would not count on it. Matt does not do these things. Yeah, he's doing it for Bill. I mean, let's be completely honest.
Think about it. He doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to. Is it tax deductible? Sure. I mean, it's a donation to charity. I mean, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, you are. It basically, I mean, that's the problem. And those are things for your tax attorney, not for us. But I think
you would need to get a 501c number.
Yeah, it has something to do with you can claim the amount, but it's also the value of the thing you're buying. There's a lot of the different pieces in there, but I would look into that. Listen, you got a week. Check into that before. If that's going to be something that helps you bid, if you think you can make a deduction off your taxes this year, if that's something that helps you out, go check that information out. Do it. Check it out to see if you can do it, because it could help. If we're doing it right before Christmas, it's still going to go on this calendar year, so it could definitely help you out if that's something that you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I meant to say hi to Larry Stroman. Was up and earlier in the chat. We just got to talking. I never got to say hi.
Hey, Larry, what's up, buddy?
Craig's out there. There's lots of people. Through Craig Young, incredible inker, great friend, and then another Facebook user, could be the same Facebook user. I don't know. But thanks, guys. And this is not just going to be the four of us. We have a lot of people who are going to be coming in and joining us tonight.
Well, we hope no one's here yet.
We hope. We have a lot of people who agreed to come on. We don't want to tell you who yet, but let's see. What is some other stuff we can get into? All right, I'm just gonna. This is the elephant in the room. This is the thing that a lot of people want to know about, and I will tell you as much information as I can. I know for a fact that with the ops that we have left, the only thing we're waiting on is for the artists to complete and send the art. That's it. That's all we're waiting for. Andy Kubert is more than halfway done with his. I was trying to get some pictures tonight. Maybe I'll get them before the show's over. I'll definitely put some up. I'm working on getting some images of the ones he's done so I can show them off. He's working through them. He's almost done. Mark Silvestri, he's working on these in between issues of Batman. He has a brand new Batman book that's come out. He's working on it. He has literally said that he's working on these between his books. This is the last time, if you are on the list for a full figure, he is not going to be doing full figure commissions anymore. This is it. This is the last time. So don't be like, oh, I'll just miss out on this one and I'll get him next time. He's not going to do them anymore. He literally told us that. And he said that, so this is the last chance. And he understands if you can't wait, and we're more than happy to refund you if you can't wait any longer, but he is working on them. And just like I said, just remember, this is it. This is all, he's doing them as he can. I don't know if he counted on getting the Batman book to finally come out after a couple years, but he's working on it, and we're going to get that stuff soon. Yeah, listen, I'm even open to if somebody dropped out of one of those full figures, if that's what they have to do, we completely understand. But I might even take the spot myself, because I didn't realize this was going to be the last chance to get something from Mark. So part of me in the back of my head is kind of going, maybe somebody will drop it. No, I don't. I want you guys to all get your stuff. And then the last one is the only stuff we're waiting for from the 4C SketchCon 3 is we're waiting for Ariel stuff. As soon as she mails it to us, we're going to send it out to you guys, and that's it. That's the only stuff that anybody should be waiting on. It's just too late to get on Silvestri. Yeah, it's I might have spot for like a headshot or something. So Brandon, send us a message. I might have like somebody who canceled and they got a headshot. That might be the best you could do. If that's something you're interested in, we can definitely, I can see if we can switch you over. But yeah, once again, I don't want to get like bombarded with people. So obviously, Brandon, I'll give you the first shot at it. If that's something you want, just message us. And if a bunch of people message and you turn it down, I'll pass it forward to the next person if we can. But I mean, like I said, no one else is canceled except for we have one person who I think is. But we gave people an opportunity a few months ago to cancel, and we gave all those people their money back. So once again, it's just a matter. He's going to do them. It's not like he's not going to do them. He's going to do them. We said it was going to be a while. We didn't realize it was going to be this long, but we did say it was going to be a while when we took this commission. It has been a year since we announced it. And, it's been since probably January, February, since everybody sent in their books and their money and everything. So, but we understand. It's just these guys are busy. They're working artists,
And listen, I mean, for those of you guys out there who are waiting on art from any of those three, Ariel, whoever it is, as frustrated as you are, I'm 15, 20 times frustrated because I'm getting it from everybody all the time. And, not having the answers that they want is difficult because I don't have the answers, because I keep reaching out and I'm either getting no response or I'm getting, I'll do it, or where it's coming, or
right.
What do you want me to do?
We can only give you the information that we're given. So Ken, have you received the stuff from Japan yet, or is it still in the pipeline?
I did get a package from Japan yesterday.
Okay.
But I haven't done anything with it yet. I've been, for anybody, most of you guys don't know, I actually, towards the end of last week, I hurt my knee. So I haven't, the 4C office is upstairs in my house and the elevator doesn't work. So
there isn't.
I haven't been able to come upstairs. Today was the first day I've actually came upstairs, and it takes me about 10 minutes, and my wife is freaking out. She's afraid I'm going to fall.
I love what Ken told me yesterday. He said he's like, honey, we'll do the show tomorrow night. I think I'm just going to go up there around like noon, and just if you could bring me my meals and just serve me there
all day.
I'll just stay there until the show's over. So I'll just
Yeah.
Sorry to hear about your knee.
Yeah, it's
Somebody could have had. I have bad knees. Yeah, well,
have you tried walking?
The worst thing is that the knee that I need the knee replacement on is not the knee that I hurt.
That's the other one.
So it's my good knee that I hurt. So, I'm waiting to hear back from an orthopedic. I probably need an MRI. Hopefully I didn't tear anything, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do?
Anyway, I'm just
hoping it's angry.
Yeah, we wanted to get that out of the way. If anybody has any questions about anything else, please feel free to put it in the chat. We're here for you guys. This is sort of a service. This is thanking all you guys for being here all year. Thanking you guys for joining us and making 4C as great as it is. Bacon is working, so he once again, his Tuesdays are getting rough with hockey being in full force, not just as a fan, but as somebody who works at the actual arenas. It's harder for him to get off, and it's probably like 1 out of every 3 weeks he can probably get off for a Tuesday. So we do miss him. We are not replacing him. Beckerman is here independently of Bacon. If we had all 5 of us on, we would do that. And everybody knows that Avi is West Coast Bacon anyways. So we already have that spot full.
Well, listen, if my wife is watching, bring me up some eggnog and make sure you put the extra, the little extra bit in there,
Extra kick.
Yeah, drink if you got them. There you go. All right. Dan Parent and Mike DiCarlo art. Let's see. Dan Parent and Mike DiCarlo art.
What happened with Dan Parent and Mike DiCarlo?
Well, the Mike DiCarlo, I think he's still working on his. That was just a couple weeks ago. He got about.
Yeah, DiCarlo I haven't gotten anything back from. Darren Parent stuff came in. I shipped it out. What was paid? So.
Oh wait, I didn't get a damn Parent.
Let's see, a Doug Mankey sketch op update. Well, I'm just gonna say, I would just say to you, stay tuned. Stay on with us if you can. Hang out for a little while.
Makes it sound like we're gonna have a. No, never mind.
Yeah,
I'm a unicorn guy.
We'll get there.
Being on my sparkles.
Listen. How about my decorations, guys? Nobody said anything about my beautiful decorations. I got blinky.
You look great.
And I can hear everybody better now. I've got my, my good ears on. Look, little trees. I got little. Look. I got like the little Christmas things. They're all over. I even found one Christmas comic. This one right here.
Yeah, he's very proud of his one Christmas.
Yeah, I only had one in my entire collection. Oh, thank you, Emilio. Thank you. I don't know how much longer this is going to stay on because it's really, really hot, and it's always really hot in my room. But this is very hot on my head. But I definitely, I was hoping that Ken was going to wear a full beard, so we could, be Santa and his elves. But he shaves.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I shaved it off for No Shave November.
yeah.
It's like
Oh man. So guys, we were
The,
literally.
I just found out that on Thursday, the experience packages for Jim Shooter and Bill Morrison will go on sale on Fan Expo's website. So anybody
Nice.
who's going to New Orleans and you're interested in the experiences with Jim Shooter or Bill Morrison, all the information will be up there on Thursday, and you can buy them right off the site.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know if we're getting any guests. Maybe I should.
We
Maybe I
didn't-
should have put an email. Yeah, just come on whenever you feel like it.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So we have a lot of people who agreed to come on, and they know what time we start. But we knew that we couldn't tell them all to come on at the same time because we can only have a certain number of spots. So these people are used to being very casually late. So we're going to hope that some of them drop in here pretty soon. They're gonna come in. But let's see.
Let's
we
sing a
will be.
Christmas-
Well, yeah. Well, I was going to say the other announcement, is definitely New Orleans, guys. We are going to be in New Orleans. I'm going to be there. Ken's going to be there. Annika's going to be there. We're bringing Bill Morrison, Jim Shooter, and Ron Wilson's going to be there. So it's going to be a really fun show. We're going to have good times. My brother got us reservations for a really nice restaurant on Saturday night, so I can't wait for it to go out to dinner. My brother lives in New Orleans, if I had never mentioned that before. So it's going to be kind of I lived there for a little while in the 90s, but it's going to be it's not a homecoming, but it's going to be nice to see my family and my niece and nephew and my sister-in-law. So I can't wait for that. Eat a beignet, have some.
Isn't that Annika's entire
Yeah, that's the only reason why she's going. She's literally spending I don't know how many hundreds of dollars just to have a beignets and cafe au lait at Cafe du Monde. That's the
Wait, I'm
only reason.
going to hang out with Bill
Uh-huh.
and Ron and Shooter.
and eat fancy donuts?
Yeah.
Oh, which one, Jeff? Which one? What? Which?
Which restaurant?
Oh, that's top secret information. Listen, we're kind of a big deal, and I don't need the crowds of people that are going to be crowding around with the paparazzi and stuff. So we have to leave that on the down low. It's
That's West Coast
Fun.
bacon.
West Coast Bacon. He needs to know.
West Coast bacon.
What if he sneaks into my carry-on? Because I am flying Southwest, so it's free. Come on,
Exactly.
Albie. You can get him my carry-on.
But my brother actually was the general manager of several restaurants in New Orleans, including the Palace Cafe, the Ruby Slipper. So he knows it, and he works for Cisco and deals with a lot of the restaurants.
Okay.
in there. So he definitely knows where the spots are to go. So I always tell people that the Palace Cafe is the one that was in Deja Vu. It was in Runaway Jury. They used that restaurant in both those movies, and that was the one my brother was the general manager of. Kind of cool.
I think we can figure this out, gang. Louisiana, somewhere nice. They're probably going to a Popeye's chicken.
Listen,
Wait, is Avi going to be there?
See, I figured it out.
I was just thinking the free buffet at the Harrah's sounds delicious.
Well, you had me at free and buffet.
I gotta say that sounds delicious.
Yeah, that's going to be the hardest thing. See, they didn't have a casino down there when I lived there, so it's going to be a hard thing because that could be, I could go home with no art or I could go home with lots of art. It really depends on how well I do.
Or you could stay out of the casino except for the buffet. Go to the buffet.
Commander Salamanders.
Ooh,
That's
reason why
David. Commander Salamanders is a good guess. That's a good one. Or unless he's just talking about the football team that broke my heart on Sunday night.
The stupidest football
Oh.
team.
Commander
might be talking
Salamanders is the
about
name of a restaurant in New Orleans.
Yeah.
That does not sound appetizing.
Well, you're not eating salamanders. I don't think.
Are you eating with them?
Maybe you don't know.
No. Unless it's an axolotl, I don't care.
Let's see. Well, I can't listen. I actually found out that the piece that I've been waiting on, my Grail piece, is in the mail right now on its way. So I can't wait on Thursday
Jim Lee?
sometime. My Jim Lee, that's right. My full figure Jim Lee sketch is on its way.
Sweet.
So I'm gonna get that before Christmas. So that'll be a nice little Christmas present.
My
Slide
first
that-
sketch was from Jim Lee.
Nice. What'd you get?
A Wonder Woman bust.
If you're gonna get a Wonder Woman, you gotta have a bust. I'm just saying.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, still have it. It's I had to put it away. It was starting to fade over time. But yeah, I've had that since 2001.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was free, which was really awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even
I-
know sketches were a thing before that.
Yeah. I had never met Jim Lee until 2019. I had never met him. He was the one who eluded me. And I hadn't met Todd McFarlane until San Diego this year. Those are the last two. Well, I guess I've never met Will Portacio before, but I have owned art from him. But I've met all the rest of the original 7 from Image. So Alex Saviak, yeah. That's a good guy to get sketches from too.
Yeah, I was talking to Alex yesterday.
Oh, there's a flex. Ken just comes in. Yeah, I was talking to that guy.
Nah.
He lives nearby, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's not far. He's not far.
Beckerman, you're not coming to New Orleans? Southern Comic Geek.
I'm
one-
not.
Yeah.
Who?
Southern Comic Geek wanted to know if he was coming.
Oh, I am not. Hey, I didn't know he was in here. Let me scroll up.
There you go.
I didn't. There it is.
Well,
Is it-
I said,
Oh, are you going to that one? He's down in that. I know you're in the South,
Yeah.
based on your name, but yeah, Jason's cool. He's really attacked art collecting, Southern Comic
Nice.
Geek.
Emilio's. It's actually funny. I got to meet Todd because of JR. So that you want to meet them both. If I hadn't been walking with JR at San Diego, I never would have been able to meet Todd because Todd's wife wanted to say hi to JR. So we walked over there, and meanwhile, I'm like, just happened to be there. I'm like, okay, I'm here. All right. Are we boring you, Becker? I'm sorry.
Oh, ugh. No,
People
all of a
trying to
sudden
tell
I
what
got a tire.
It seems like we're getting a lot of people saying what their first. So, what was your first sketch? Mine was Tony Daniel.
Tony Daniel, Batman.
It was a Batman who laughs.
Okay. When was that?
2016 maybe. Something like that.
2016. Ken's a baby to the industry. He's a
Oh,
baby.
Oh yeah.
Mine was Sal Buscema, Spider-Man headshot for free. I still have it.
That's
And,
pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it was back when in 1989. Yeah, I got the bug early.
Annika?
I guess my first one was, according to my spreadsheet, was Jeff Smith.
Jeff Smith. Oh, that's
That's
nice.
a lot of people came out swinging. Like I always thought it was weird when people would ask me. Jim Lee actually is the first person I ever got art from, and I thought that was swinging for the fences. But Jeff Smith's pretty awesome too.
Oh.
Well, it's just
Sal
like
Buscema.
quick sketches, but it's personalized to my school. Like I never get anything personalized, but all my students
To your
will,
school.
because they'll read Bone, all my kids. So
Nice.
it says like go my school Lions because the mascot. So go
Oh.
Lions, and then it says keep reading. Your pal Jeff.
Aw, that's awesome. Do you have it hanging in your room? Do you keep it with
Yeah,
you?
it's in my classroom
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
until I leave the school. Then I'm like, oh.
Yeah, just cut the bottom off and take the right, and there you're good to go. Right?
That's a good start,
Yeah,
Jason.
Clayton Crane. Yeah.
Wow. My first
I don't know if I
paper
recall
was
my Alan Bellman. So I met Alan at a show, and I wanted to get something from him, but I had a blank Captain America comic. So I asked him if I could send it to him. So he gave me his address, and I mailed it to him. And I didn't know how long it was going to take or anything like that. So a few months later, my daughter she was working at the store where I worked, and she called me up and she said that somebody named Alan was called for you here. And I was like, I don't know anybody named Alan. And then she said, oh, his name is Alan Bellman. I was like, why would Alan Bellman? How did he even call? He doesn't even know where I work. How does he? Well, it turned out that so he called me at home, and I didn't give him my phone number, and he told me that his daughter worked for the FBI. So he was able to get my home number, my work number, and everything to get. And the reason why he was calling me because he was very upset. Because what happened is he did the sketch and he signed the comic. And then he got up and did something and came back and he sat down and signed it again in a different spot and was very upset and told me he would redo the sketch if I wanted to because he signed it twice. And I was like, Alan, just send it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But he was legit upset about it. He was legit upset about it. But he was such a great guy. May he rest in peace. He was a great guy to meet at all the shows and stuff.
Let's see. Well, I will take this time to also, if anybody who missed last week's show, we were able to drop a list of all of the people that we've already gotten next year for the Cartoonist Society Foundation, because Bill, who's been getting us a lot of our like incredible guests for the charities, he was like, well, why don't I ask my friends who aren't just cartoonists but actually in comics, and he was able to drum up some pretty, I don't know. I think they're impressive names. If anybody who missed it last week, I have to find the whole list, but I'll go. I think we're going to get Barry Kitson is going to come on. Kelly Jones is going to come on. Bill Sienkiewicz is going to come on. I'm trying to remember. There were so many people. Jill Thompson is going to come on. I really have to look.
Renee.
Wow. Look at with love. That's a loaded nog there. Everybody say hi to Renee.
On the other side.
Show them the other side. What's
Yeah.
the other side?
Oh, it has both of them. Oh,
Just says
Show them the inside. There you go.
you can't see it.
Oh yes,
can't see
Matt
it.
Wagner. Thank you, Dustin. Matt Wagner is going to be on. These people are all going to come on the live show, guys, next year, and they're all going to sketch
Ooh.
live.
too much.
No.
For charity. So hold on,
Renee's festive too.
She is. I like her reindeer hat. It's very nice. Yeah, I had my elf hat on earlier, Renee, but I was too hot. I had to
This
take it
was
off.
Summers. I stole it from her, so don't
Yeah,
tell
usually
her.
Summer wears it.
Oh, okay. I got the list. So, Dan Jurgens. He did this Death of Superman thing. I think.
Never heard of him.
Thank you.
Yeah. Pat Broderick. Let's see. Steve Lee Aloha. Howard Bender. Mark Wheatley. Bob McLeod worked on a couple books, I think. Craven's Last Hunt.
Where did you find these people?
Ray Alma, Rick Hoberg,
That's
and
free listeners.
Amelia Lapuccino. So, yeah. Dan.
I was gonna scroll up for a second. Brandon Corey Strait said my nephew's first sketch was a Clayton Crane, and he was 8. I was actually there for that.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I was in that line.
Well, Marcus, these are probably not going to be like, commission quality pieces. They're probably just going to be, like headshots. Once again, these are for charity. I don't think he's going to be doing his full work. So I know some people have had their issues with some of these artists and getting their sit down pieces from a lot of people. But this is definitely not going to be that. It's just going to be some sketches for people who want to get something from these artists. So hopefully you'll be able to get your piece, Marcus, before we get. And like I said, we have 14 names on that list. We're going to add more. Obviously, there's only 12 months in a year, so we're definitely going to probably do more than one. We'll do more than one a month. I don't know if we'll have more than one on a show. I have no idea. We'll have to figure it out. I know we are going to have to do a couple of these on the weekends because of the time difference. Because we don't want to have one at 2:00 in the afternoon on a Tuesday. We'll probably do it on a Saturday for someone like Barry Kitson, who lives across the pond, and a couple of the other artists. But we're always trying to bring. So we once again thank Bill Morrison for reaching out to all these wonderful artists.
Yeah, and I keep getting the same thing about Kelly Jones. We get it, guys. I mean, he's notorious for, but it's for charity. He's going to be sketching live. He's donated things to the National Cartoon Society anytime Bill has asked him, and he's gotten this stuff. So I'm guessing when it comes to charity, plus he's going to be, like I said, he'll be sketching live. So, if he doesn't deliver, he doesn't deliver. I mean, what are you going to do? I'm not going to charge anybody until I get the art. So
that's how it works.
The only thing you're going to lose is time if he doesn't do it. So I've heard it from 10 people. I know. I'm aware of the situation. Yep.
And guys, you have to remember that, 4 Cs, we've worked with a lot of artists who had trouble delivering, and we managed to do really well with a lot of those artists. So
we try. I mean,
we're going to keep trying and to bring you guys great people.
And I haven't spoken to Bill in a few days, so who knows? He might have 5 more guys on that list who's adding to it.
Yeah, he hadn't heard back from some people. Mm-hmm. And
Bill said he was going to pop on at some point. I don't know if he's going to. The show's going to be over before anybody joins us.
Yeah. Note for next time. I guess our holiday show is not quite as big as Ken's birthday show. Everybody was happy to jump on for that one.
Well, it's the holidays. I mean,
it is.
Birthday.
People, listen, that's why we're doing our holiday show this week, guys. We could have waited till next week, till the 2 days after Christmas, but people are going to be so busy during that time. We know most kids are still in school right now. People are still on their normal schedules, and really the holiday hustle and bustle kind of starts on Thursday, is when like everything kind of goes into a 2-week, fit of flying and traveling and family and kids leaving school and all that stuff. So
yeah. So and I understand some people are saying, the Matt Groening thing, too close to Christmas. We tried to get something done sooner, guys. But again, it's waiting for answers, doing our due diligence, trying to get things done. I know it's not the best timing for some people, and I apologize for that. I wish there was a good timing for stuff like that. But we have to take things as we get them. And once Matt said he was willing to do it, we decided that it was time.
Listen, and I'll tell people, PayPal credit, 6 months, no interest. It's a beautiful way to buy stuff. You can break it into 4 payments. You can do all kinds of stuff, and you can, these are wonderful things that you can, that things you can use to buy something now that you pay off later. You just got to be careful with them, but there are options out there for somebody who this is what they wanted, but they don't have anything right now. Well, if you just don't buy anything for the next 4 months, you could probably do it and not have to pay any interest on it and be able to afford it. So,
yep. But I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good show.
Absolutely.
We're hoping anyway.
Oh, Avi's got to go soon. Yes. Merry Christmas, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. I mean, that's what this show's about, just celebrating everybody, and thank you for everything you've done this year, whether you've seen us at shows or just, come on to the live stream occasionally or all the time. We really appreciate everybody out there who supports us.
Yeah, and to quote Bacon, he was like, "So what's the plan for tonight?" We were just like, "We don't have a plan. We're just flying by the seat of our pants," because we had all these people that were going to come on, and typically when we have guests, the stuff just kind of flows and everybody's just going. But this is, you guys, you're going to get bored just hearing us babble back and forth to each other, because this is all we do all the time is talk and studio. Yeah, start singing. That's no.
Yeah, everybody wants to hear that.
No. That's the quickest way to pull out. Let's see. Oh, well, thank you so much. Yes, Amelia. Yeah. Once again, anything we did for you guys this year, it was our privilege to be able to do it. So, thank you guys so much for just thinking of us when we do these shows and wanting us to help you out. We're happy to do it, and like I said, we're hoping for a really big 2023. It's another great year. We got a lot of cool stuff planned already for New Orleans and everything else.
SCG wants you to sell some art.
All right, I will if you will. What do you got behind you?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right then.
Yeah, let's do it. Grab something off the wall and sell it. All right.
No.
I'm taking bids. Let's go.
I'm not an art seller. Yeah, that's awesome. Somebody want to buy Ken's picture?
I see yours and raise you.
Look at that.
I don't have mine with me, guys. Boo.
Oh, I heard a beep.
We heard a
Maybe
beat.
joined by our
Listen,
first
I
guest
like
of
this
the
guy.
night.
I like this guy, but I don't know. I don't know if I like him enough to bring him on yet. All right, I'll bring him on.
Holy
Oh.
cow.
What's up, Doug?
How you guys doing?
How you doing, buddy?
We're doing fantastic.
I just went out for a walk for a mile, and I don't know, it's like a balmy -2 right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's not even jacket weather, right?
No,
Yeah.
not in the least.
It's 65 here, and I'm freezing.
I wish I was there. I may be a stoic Minnesotan, but I'd leave this stuff behind in a quick second.
Yeah, this time of year, it makes you wonder why you're living out there, I would imagine, sometimes.
I wonder it every year for at least a little while. As soon as normally it doesn't start to hit below zero until we hit January. And it's not like we usually have cold snaps that last too long, maybe a week, maybe 10 days. But this is a little premature, and I'm supposed to hit minus, I don't know, 11 or 14 tonight. And
It's quite the cold
Yeah.
snap. Right now.
Annika doesn't. She can't comprehend that. She lives in San Diego, so
it's
below,
because he is much smarter than I am.
below 40 is like freezing for her.
It's very cold.
Nope. That's a beautiful place to live.
Mhm.
It is.
So-
It is.
It's not like this isn't beautiful. Trust me, there's great things about Minnesota. I don't deny it. But when it gets cold, I'll always ask myself why. I left Huntington Beach, Southern California, for this a long time ago, and I routinely ask myself the same question: why did you do it? So, am I the first or the people to show up here?
You are
first.
you are still nice and casually late, but you are the first one to come on. We've just been filling people in on some other stuff and thanking them for making it a great year. And we had a question for you earlier, not to put you on the spot, but
Please
somebody
do.
wanted to know how close you were to being complete with that first round of commission.
I have
One
one left.
left, people.
Yeah,
One.
it's death metal Batman it's all drawn out. It just has to be finished.
Yeah, there you go, guys. And then I heard a rumor that maybe after you did this last one, you might want to do some more.
Yeah, I do. Do I want to take a year plus to get them done? No. But there's a few challenges in this last year that slowed me down.
Yeah. No, well, I think anybody who's seen you post them and the love you've put into them I don't think we ever get anybody who's complaining about the wait. So they all are just so anxious to get their pieces. I think that's about it, but that's awesome.
I mean, if I was, I guess I could have sent all the other ones out already. I don't know why I've waited, but I will. I really do. I just have that one left.
Yeah, we'll make it fair. Everybody gets them at the same time. Hey,
Yeah.
Alex, what's up,
Oh,
buddy?
yeah. And then
Hello.
Savioc, how's it going?
Hey,
Alex?
how you doing, guys? How you doing? All right. I'm
Wonderful.
sorry, Beckerman. Is that your last name?
Yeah, it's just a joke.
It's actually
Oh,
Becker.
so that's not your last name.
No, Becker is my last name.
Becker.
Beckerman is a YouTube joke with my friends. I'm part of a YouTube comic book community.
Oh, I see. Well, it's
And-
probably
and
a
I
good
always-
handle. Good handle for Instagram too, because I never know who's following me on Instagram. So at least now I know. Doug, I don't think we've ever met before. How you doing?
And who? Because
This is Alex Xavier. I don't know if you could see me.
Yeah, I can see you. I can't read the names. I can't. I mean, vision is not my strong point at the moment, and I have glasses on. So I'm staring at my phone, which is even smaller.
I see.
So,
Anyway, Alex Xavier, nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. Nice to meet you too.
And Annika, I don't think we've ever met. I see that you're semi-wrapped for Christmas. You got a little bow on your head. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Tried.
And Jeff is wow. You got more comic book stuff behind you than I have statues behind me.
I know, and I had to move a bunch of it to put all this wonderful Christmas stuff.
Oh no, wait now Becker. That's your last name. What's your first name?
Mike.
Mike. Mike's got a ton of really cool looking stuff behind him. Also, original artwork, I presume.
What's
Original artwork, I presume.
Yes, yep, original artwork, a few graded books.
Cool.
Yeah, you have a nice little compilation of figures and things behind you as well, sir.
Yeah, I like all those.
Yeah, I have. They're mostly statues that I've collected over the years. Makes my studio a lot smaller than it could be, because I can only place a certain amount of this stuff in the house. Although my wife she's been very tolerant with me over the years, where she'll even say, "Well, listen, if you want to set up another bookcase in the bedroom," I said, "No, I'm going to draw the line there, because as nice as you are about that, I'm not doing it." Okay, because if I set up a bookcase that has 4 shelves, I have enough stuff right now for 1 shelf. That means you have to fill up the other 3. I mean, it's just, without question. So I don't want to have to get. The thing is that I've been trying to collect all the statues that I've ever drawn over the years. A statue, a bust, whatever. But they actually don't even make them. They don't make every character that I've ever drawn. So this is, with this statue thing, it's the endless quest, which is cool, because I don't know if they'll ever come out with everybody by the time I, am legally blind or deaf, or, can't use my fingers anymore to type up on eBay because I saw something really cool. I mean, at some point, I won't be able to even get the statues, let alone see if they make them.
Well, listen, everybody knows, as much fun as it is collecting, the fun is the sort of the chase. It's the
what?
quest. It's the chase.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because there's nothing sadder than when you complete anything. You complete a puzzle. It's like you get that endorphin high. You complete something, and then you're like, well, what's next? What am I supposed
to do? There's sort of like a twofold thing going on here with the statues. They don't make all the statues that I want to collect yet. I have no shelving space left. So there's the finality of it. I have to somehow, you buy stuff and then you got to try to maneuver and move things around a little bit to try and get something in there yet. And, so I'll move this to there and that to there and place the new one. And then where the new one is, my wife comes in and sees an old one and she'll go, "Is that new?" I said, no, I've had that for like 5 years. No, it's not. I've never seen that one before. Yeah, because it was over on that side. Now I moved it over here because I wanted to put the new one over there. And then she just says, okay, and leaves. So, yeah. But she's good.
Have they ever made a statue of your design?
You could have statues made. It's not that hard.
No, that's right. No, I know there's a lot of custom guys out there. If you go on, on Facebook, you got so many guys that are constantly making up stuff. Of course, because it's not mass produced, then those one of a kinds cost a heck of a lot more money. Yeah. You can get a mass produced statue for $150, $200, $250, but you get one made for you, it could be $500-$600 plus shipping, plus PayPal fees, etc., etc. Although I'm having a tombstone statue made for me, character that I designed, back in 1987. And the fellow that I'm actually working with, I'm going to trade him a commission piece for the statue. So he's really excited about that. Wow. And for me, it's, hey, I just have to sit down and draw something and he'll be happy and I'll be happy to get this statue that I've never seen. Well, I've seen one, but it came from some other little, there's this other set of statues out there where they're only like 2 or 3 inches high. So I've seen a tombstone about that tall, but that I don't even want to put that out on my shelf. It just doesn't fit. So I'm waiting for the big one to show up. And then I also designed the Spider-Man armor way back when. And even though they've made some toy figures, even like a 10 or a 12-inch one, representing that particular Spider-Man armor, I don't put toys on my statue shelves. So somebody else is making me a Spider-Man.
Statues.
Excuse me?
No toys, just statues.
No toys, just statues, right. Yeah.
Well, it's good you drew the line somewhere.
You have to have your limits.
Wait a second. 3 people just chimed in at once. So
You first. Go.
go, Ken.
Oh, I said, Doug, they made a statue of one of your designs a couple years ago, didn't they?
I don't know.
Oh, no, I drew a statue they made from my designs was a Phantom and Devil piece way back, I'd say back around 2005. This company in Tampa, whose name escapes me right now, they asked me if I'd like to make a design up, and they had the license from King Features to make statues.
Oh, wow.
So I did a Phantom and Devil piece, which was kind of neat. And but other than that, no one's ever made a statue from my designs. No.
And then Doug, maybe they've made a statue of something you've drawn, but they never actually asked you to design a statue. I'm guessing that you can
I don't
remember.
remember.
Yeah.
They've done some stuff over the years. Oh, they did Batman. That's right. But that was just lifted from from a panel.
From an image. Yeah. Well,
I think that's one of the key words in style these days. It's called lifting. When they take the whole rage right now is talking about AI art, right?
Oh, that stuff, yeah.
And well,
oh, there you go. I guess that's a lifted image.
Yeah, that's the Mankey one.
nice.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
see,
the AI
so
stuff,
far I haven't researched it to see if anybody's tried to lift anything of mine, because I'm usually just like middle of the road pro guy. I'm not one of these, like guys that do color work, Nathan Zerdy, Mark Brooks, all these guys that do these beautifully rendered pieces. Their stuff is getting lifted all over the place,
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that comes out of it, a lot of it looks nice, almost too nice for you to think, wow, they did that in Photoshop? And then I look closer and they say, well, here's an example of AI art. And I say, oh, okay, well, no wonder. And then I think I made a posting a few days ago that hopefully, well, for the younger guys that are in comics right now still, I hope that the big companies, Marvel, DC, whatever else you want to consider in there, throw in Dark Horse, if you will, that they don't start using AI art and replacing actual artists to do the work. I mean, I used to do storyboards in comps for advertising agencies earlier on in my career, and even through, I'd say, the last couple of years, occasionally. But now they've got so many, they've got a couple of really nice programs out there like Storyboard Pro. And with each successive year, they keep amending it, adding to it, making it easier and easier for the art directors to just design their own storyboards for their pitches rather than contacting a freelancer to, and pay them whatever to, to do the boards,
Yeah. Comes cheaper that way.
Oh, it sure is. And even the internet. I mean, when I lived in New York, Doug, in New York, you got paid the most for doing storyboards for the big agencies because that's where everybody gravitated. If you tried to work for a company in Florida, a company in Tennessee or something, you'd get the work, but it would be a lot on a smaller scale in terms of, finances. Now, because of the internet, it's pretty much an even across the board. I mean, somebody in Montana can do boards for an agency in New York, and they're going to pay him the same thing that they're going to pay everybody else if the guy's work is good.
And because stuff can be done digitally so readily and shared so quickly, and corrections can be made, and you can ask for a dozen changes and have them all done within an hour.
Yeah.
Things are. It's a different world.
Well, I can remember when I was doing comps with markers, and it's always easy to darken something. You want to, if the guy says to you, I think I'd like to have that sky darker, you go, oh, sure, no problem. Throw on a couple of darker, colors on the sky. But if you give them a dark sky and they want it lighter, then you could be in trouble, because whether you're trying to use pastels or whatever, you're using this graphics paper that's very great. That's great for blending. It's so thin, but I mean, you can still draw on it. It takes the markers really well. So what you'd have to do is you'd have to make a patch. You get another piece of paper under it. You got to cut out the sky, draw it on the other side, then kind of paste it back in there with the proper lighting.
It takes time.
Oh yeah. Now, as you say, with the computer, I've had people say, "Hey, listen, can you instead of a straight sky, can you just do me, like dawn to dusk type of thing?" Oh, sure, I'll have that for you after lunch. But in the meantime, you just go in there in Photoshop and you open up your brushes really wide and you a couple of swipes and bang, it's all done. Okay, put it on another layer so you don't have to worry about. There's no frisketing or anything like that, and send it to them. They go, "Oh, you finished that already? Oh, yeah. I managed to fit it into everything else I was doing. Oh, thank you very much."
Yeah, I have this page, this Fantastic Four page from years ago, and you see the backgrounds; it's all white. But
Yeah.
you don't notice that, and I don't know if you can see it with the light, but I thought you could see it a lot better. He basically whited out an entire background that ended up being lines. It was just black.
Oh, yeah.
lines. So you can see
Right.
it. There it is. There it is.
Yep, I see it.
So you can see all that. So he ended up that's all white out, all over, everywhere where you see those thin black lines.
And who was the artist on that page?
This was a burn, but and it's the whole everywhere you see it was. So they changed their mind. They wanted it white, so you can see
Wow.
it's all done. And and there was so much work put into it before they just whited it all out.
Well, there were some artists, pencilers that I know, guys like, case in point, Barry Smith did a horror story once for Chamber of Secrets or whatever it is, Chamber of Horrors from Marvel. Just a 5-page thing. And on the first panel, which was a 3/4 splash, was this I saw the pencils, these unbelievably rendered, old house. Okay. That looks, with the wood falling apart and everything. And, I guess it was late. The job was given to Vince Coletta to ink pretty much overnight. Vince inked the 5 pages overnight. Didn't even have time to coordinate with a background guy. And he took the house and turned it into a silhouette. So Barry freaked out completely. Editor said, "Hey, I needed it tomorrow." So, Vinny got it done for me. But in the meantime, you put in all this work as a penciler, and then, sometimes the inker decides to just go ahead and change things up like that. But in those days, you wouldn't have been able to complain to Vinny and say, "Hey, Vinny, what the hell did you do with my pencils?" Vinny was, I don't want to go ahead and crucify the guy or anything, but he was supposedly connected. You were afraid to speak up to Vinny, But and then Bill, how you doing, Bill? Oh, you got your magic jacket on. That's cool.
I do.
It's very Christmassy too.
This is my disco bowling jacket.
I was gonna say you look like Santa Claus's 70s agent.
Cool. Yeah.
Elvis Claus.
We had a few comments pop up for
Hello, Craig.
It says, "What up, comic fans? Had to swing through and give Doug a big hell yeah and thank you." Brother John's Comics says, "What's good, brothers and sisters? I'm rereading Doug's Martian Manhunter and with Ostrander, and man, this book still holds up, and the art is killer."
Nice.
So
Yeah. So there you so Craig Hamilton's joined us. Craig, how are you doing tonight?
Awesome.
Bill's here now.
Hello, Craig.
Now we got a party going on. I like this. This is good.
I got a ticket driving to Detroit last year, talking to Morrison. He got me all fired up. And I tried to pay it online, and every time I looked for it, the ticket was never there. So I figured the ticketing officer didn't do anything with it. I got a letter in the mail 2 days ago saying that I had a bench warrant for my arrest if I didn't pay this ticket. So I was like, I'm driving dirty through Georgia now.
Wow.
So Craig,
just go faster.
you may need to bail him out if he drives through your state.
I
Next time.
paid it this morning.
Nobody needs that hanging over their head.
What are they gonna do about it, Ken? I say just go faster.
Listen,
So,
if there was
I'm-
another state in the nation, I would have did that too, but Georgia wasn't one of them.
Now I'm just curious because I live in Florida. Where does everybody else hail from? Jeff?
I'm in Virginia. I'm just outside of Washington D.C.
Okay, and how about Matt or Mike Beckerman?
I'm right outside Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay, and Annika?
San Diego.
Okay. Greg?
I'm in Macon, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Bill, you're in Chicago, right?
No, I am outside of Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, well, kind of close. Okay. And Doug, where do you live?
Minnesota, about halfway between here and the bottom of the state in Canada. So,
Wow.
cold,
So
chilly right now.
everybody, a lot of people there are in some like heavy duty cold weather, right?
Yeah, it's a little unseasonal.
Yeah.
We usually get this, but just not for a few more weeks. So you got to go through this to get to spring. That's all there's.
Yeah, no, for us, I would say this week we're supposed to get some kind of a major cold front in by the weekend. And by Saturday and Sunday, it's supposed to be about 26 degrees at night and in the 30s during the day, which will feel like Christmas for me.
I'm ready.
Yeah, and Craig's got the fireplace back there going, very nice.
So
But I've been in Florida now for 30 years, having moved down from Long Island. And the first year that I was here in 1992, it was 92 degrees on Christmas Eve. So this year it's going to feel very northernly,
It'll feel
when you put your jacket on and whatever. And we go over to my sister's house for the big dinner and stuff. So,
We're looking at 18 degrees here in Detroit on Christmas Day.
oh, on Christmas Day, right.
18, low of 12 degrees.
Yeah, that's I have a friend of mine who just got in touch with me from around the Cleveland, Ohio area, and they basically showed me the same temps up there, high of 18, low of 11 or 12 for the whole week, pretty much.
We're supposed to get blasted on Friday. No.
And how about you, Annika? Do you have nice weather out there in California?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
very
Yeah.
Christmassy in San
The
Diego.
hills
Terrible.
burn every once in a while, but other than that, there's not a better place to live.
Yeah, sometimes we get some ash snow
Just a
going.
little. Yeah.
Some ash. Oh, yeah, dirty snow coming down. Okay.
But no.
I don't know. We might hit minus 14 tonight.
Oof.
Wow.
We'll be inside. It's not like I'm running around in it.
If you're a football fan, John Madden would say, "Hey, man, that's football weather. You got to go out and play. Minus 14 degrees. Your breath freezes as you exhale. That kind of stuff."
So, Becker, so you're from KCMO? I can't hear you, buddy.
Mike kind of crapped out there for Mr. Becker.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I have football tickets for Saturday.
Oh,
Chiefs Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. They're doing 2 weekends of Saturday football this year.
Yeah, it's going to be 10 degrees. I'm pretty excited about it.
Oh, man.
It makes you strong though, right?
Just dress for it. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So how far? So you're
I'm
assuming.
getting a bad echo from somebody.
Hold on 1 second. Hey, Craig, can you see if you're Craig? Oh, there you go. Let's
There
see.
it is.
I muted him.
Okay. When you want to talk, Craig, just unmute yourself because we were getting an echo off you. So
Wait,
Ken
but he
muted
has
you.
Dean.
But he has Dean.
Oh,
He has
Sorry, Kitty.
Dean. Hi, Dean.
but yeah, go ahead, Doug.
Oh, I mean, are you lifelong for KCMO or what?
No, I'm not from here originally, but I've been here since 2019, and I was always a college football guy. So
Yeah.
I moved here and they won a Super Bowl, so I figured I'll help them out some more. Keep going to the games. And
So you came from a place where there was only college ball, I'm guessing.
yeah. I lived about an hour and a half from Iowa City in a place called Dubuque, Iowa.
I know where it is.
Oh yeah, right on the Mississippi.
Yeah. I have a bunch of my family is also from Omaha, and of course they're just all about college ball. There's nothing. Go Big Red was all I heard growing up. I said, "Why you guys like college ball so much?" And they said, "Well, it's the closest thing we have to professional sports that
Yeah,
there
we
is."
don't have it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see an Aranga sighting. I've got an Aranga sighting.
Hey guys, am I
Oh,
like,
back from
How do you
France.
am I like on time?
Yeah.
We
that
also
Back
got
from France. Are you on French time?
I'm still in Paris.
Oh, get out of here.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry for the
Hey,
late
who's
crowd.
that Comic Art Live? Is that Bill Cox?
Yes, Bill Cox wanted to leave us a message, and he said he's not joining on camera, but he is watching. So thank you very much, Bill, for
Hey, you
hanging
guys,
out.
how much longer does this go? Because I got to run out and pick up a kid from gymnastics.
No, whenever you want to drop out, you
Yeah.
can, Doug. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah,
We
but how
appreciate
much longer are you going to be running?
it.
I might
Forever.
drop
We'll
back
be here
in.
when you come back. We'll be here when you come back.
Hey,
It might
Doug,
be.
real quick.
Well, you
Real
never
quick,
know.
we did have a question in the chat for you. It says, Doug, are you excited to see Green Hell returning at the first of the year? And do you have more Black Label projects we can look forward to?
I mean, no Black Label projects yet. I have something lined up that's going to be pretty cool, but it's not Black Label. I'd love to do more Black Label, seeing as it took me an astonishingly long time to get through Green Hell. I'm not going to torture anybody with the anticipation of me doing something else like that in the near future. But I'd like to do more. I have some of my own ideas that I'd like to see if we can, bring to Black Label. So we'll see. But the reality is, they've been, it's been quite an experience, and it's really nice to be able to confidently say that people will get issue 2 and 3. So it's been a long time coming. It's like the last drawing that I got to do for you guys a year later, for the C4 drawing stuff. I'm finally circling the drain. I'm getting there. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
But like you said, everyone likes it. So
Oh no, yeah, they're huge fans of everything you're doing with them. They just can't wait. It's just the anticipation. They're like, oh my god, I just want to get my hands on it.
Thank you for answering that question before you had to go. I'm sorry to hold you up there.
and I may be back. We'll see how it goes.
Sure.
Yeah.
As much as it's running back into town, I don't know if I have to stop the store and get something in preparation for Christmas or anything. So I'll find out. But if I can, you guys on for 2 more hours, or what are you doing?
You check, and if we're here, well, you know what? It depends on how much fun we're having. We may be on all night. You never know.
All night. Oh, Annika says no.
Yeah, Annika, come on. It's like 7 o'clock where you are not even.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's
I'm
morning.
still recovering.
You
I'm
just
still
have to get
recovering
coffee.
from.
It's still daylight where she is, and she's tired.
it's like
And
5
Mark,
o'clock.
the guy that asked that question, says, appreciate it, Doug. Absolutely love your work and your portrayal of Swamp Thing.
Well, I'd never really done it before. Then a couple covers, so it's been a one heck of an experience to do it all, and it's a huge story, So it's 340. Well, there's 246 and 148 page book, and I'm trying to do because I did the first one was all organic, is all done on paper. Second one was a mix of paper and digital. Now the third one is a little bit digital, but mostly it's going to be on paper. And I discovered that a few things about digital, because I'm pretty new to it, is in spite of how fast you can do things, I'm really slow with it, trying to get it to turn out the way I want. I really prefer inking organically. I go faster and I like it. And I can do much more nuance with a pencil than I can with a stylus. After all these years, I'm not surprised. I'm far better at animating and painting digitally than I am in drawing and being happy with it. But everyone, everyone's either really has a great time with digital and it becomes efficient, or it's in my case was like, well, that it didn't quite work out the way I wanted. So anyway, all right, I may be back. So thanks a
Thanks,
lot.
Doug. If we don't see you, have a Merry Christmas, buddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Doug.
Good. To you
So
all.
long.
Ciao.
Take care.
Yep. Bye.
Now, Aranga, I think when Doug was on the last time you were on, he talked about you guys might possibly getting together at some point if you were ever in the area. Did you ever make that happen?
Did not. I've been back to Minneapolis about like 4 or 5 times since then. We just haven't been able to connect. I was actually about to bring it up and give him some shit about it, but like he left well ahead of time.
Well, you had a whirlwind tour. You just had a nice little vacation.
Yeah. It was good. It was like I can barely remember it right now. It's like you come back to work and the inbox is like pouring out, and yeah. But it was great. It was great while it lasted.
I'm just watching the Annika show.
Is she cooking again?
No, I'm making fun of Aranga. So many emails after my great vacation.
Hey, do you
I
guys
was
have
trying
like
to
a? Do you
figure
guys
out
like
what
have?
is on Annika's
I
forehead.
left my translator.
It's just a bow. It's she's wrapping presents before the show. Yeah, and she keeps that one up there to remind her after the show's over. She still has to finish wrapping, I guess.
Gotcha.
like
It's
you
been a
got-
minute since I've actually talked to her or like heard her speak. I used to be pretty adept at like translating what she was saying. I just couldn't get it this time. It was just like a yip yip. It was like a little chipmunk. I had an Alvin translator at one point. I remember.
Smurf.
You sound like Anthony right now.
More chipmunk. More
Annika
chipmunk.
looks like she's got a mini mace lodged in her forehead.
They all had Santa hats on. They all had Santa hats.
Like some little 6-foot high guy with a mace.
Just lodged it in there and left it.
Yeah, the handle came off, and the end of it just got lodged, and
It looks like Spider-Man's armor, the armor that Alex Saviak designed. If you have like 18 more of those, you could probably do a cool Spider-Man armor mask. It would look very similar.
I don't know. I kind of like the mace idea. I'm thinking about, Joe Kubert's Hawkman with the maces that he would, whether it was on a handle or on a chain, he had that big ball with the spikes, and you wonder, wow, you hit somebody with that thing and forget about it.
Yeah.
But in comics, they just kind of bounce back. They didn't get their faces ripped off. If you in certain movies where they have maces and all these other kinds of weapons of war and torture, and they go slashing at somebody, half the head goes flying. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to have hurt Annika any though.
Yeah, listen. So
does everybody take time away from their work between Christmas and New Year's and have that holiday week just to kind of chill? No, Craig is saying no.
No rest for the wicked.
No rest. Okay.
Los Angeles for.
I'll have time free. I'm at that point in my life where I call myself semi-retired. I turned 70 this year. So I'm at that point where there's nothing really pressing on my drawing table, although something could be coming up in actually next month. But for the moment, except for, there's always commissions that you have to get to that people have been very patiently waiting for quite some time. So I have to finish those up. Some interesting things. Modesty Blaze commission. I've never drawn her professionally, but done one or two commissions, posted them, and this one guy from England got in touch with me and said, "Hey, no, he's English, but he lives in France, and he's having me do a commission of the Modesty Blaze and her cohort with this guy named Willie, who's very proficient with knives."
Well,
so I'm kind of looking forward to that. That looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
No, that sounds like a good way to spend your holiday. And Bill, you said you're going to be in Los Angeles?
Yeah. Kara and I are flying to LA on the 28th, and then we come back on the 5th. So I have to come back to Detroit
And then
the evening of the 5th and stay at a hotel at the airport, and then get up at like 6 a.m., get on a plane, and fly down to New Orleans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks to Ken. That I do Fan Expo New Orleans.
No. Thanks to Bill, because New Orleans was booked before he decided to extend his stay.
Oh, that's true.
In California.
Well, Bill, are you doing anything fun while you're in California? Is there anything you're going to do while you're out there? I mean,
like going to the Copacabana?
Well, the main reason we're going out, there's two reasons. One is my wife sings with a swing band.
Ooh.
And every year for like the last forever years. Ooh.
I saw Annika freak out.
Swing band.
Snoopy, cut it out.
The dog's out.
Come here. Come over here. Snoopy, come over here. Come here. Everybody wants to say hello. Come to Dad. Come here. No, it's okay. Yeah, come on. Come here. Good boy. You're a good boy. All right, come on. Okay. All right, come on. Here we go. Okay, here he is.
Aw.
Oh, there you go.
It's the Snoop. Yep. Okay, say hi, Snoop.
Snoopy.
Okay.
Snoopy's precious.
You're Snoopy. No, you're Snoopy.
Actually, he's very happy right now. You can't tell. that's his expression all the time. You know, some dogs, some of these bigger dogs, like these golden retrievers, they have their mouths open, their tongues are out, and somehow the mouth looks like it's in a smile. His mouth never opens except when he yawns and wants to eat. Oh, look at him. Now he wants to just like, he's getting bashful and he puts his head on my chest.
So, all right. So,
Anyway.
so your wife's in the swing. She's doing the swing.
Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no.
So she sings in a swing band that does an annual show at the Cicada Club in downtown Los Angeles, which is this like amazing Art Deco nightclub, supper club. And so every year they do this show they call the New Year's Eve show. So it's the night before New Year's Eve, which is great because you can go out and party and it's not crazy. And then actual New Year's Eve, you can just chill out and watch a movie. But so her band does music from the 1960s up through.
Oh, hold on.
There's Russ.
Russ is here. Hey, Russ.
Hey, Russ.
This happens every time I tell a story.
Sorry about that. Keep going.
It's like
Carry
without
on.
fail.
That club looks really cool, though, Bill.
Maybe I should tell shorter stories. I think that's the message I'm getting.
I'm sorry, Bill. Carry on.
Anyway, hi Russ. Anyway, so they do this show where they do music from the 1920s all the way to the early 1960s, like early 60s pop music. And she sings with the band through all these different configurations that the band has. So on this one particular night, she does like 6 costume changes. You know, she starts out looking like a 20s flapper, and then she goes all the way up to a 60s go-go girl. And then like everything in between, 40s, 30s, 50s, all that. So that's the main reason that we're going out there. And then the second reason is just to reconnect with some of my bongo friends, Matt Groening, Siobhan Christescu, Nathan Payne. I haven't seen those guys in like 2 years. So I'm going to be reconnecting, hanging out. Paul Dini, I'm going to go spend New Year's Day with Paul Dini and his lovely wife Misty, and just have a good, relaxing time.
So, Bill, does your wife only have, let's say, one night of singing, or is it multiple nights?
Just one night while we're out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Her band leader sort of went into semi-retirement, and he moved up to Sacramento, and he married kind of a younger woman, and she wanted to have kids, so they started having a family. But he comes down to Los Angeles for certain shows. So Care has flown out for like the Halloween show. They do a show on Avalon on Catalina Island. They do an annual show there. So she's back in LA like 3 or 4 times a year, just working with the band.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How about you? Are you musically inclined? Do you also play anything? Do any performing?
I play drums, but the only real performance I've ever done is I sat in with a Peter, Paul, and Mary tribute band.
Oh.
And Peter, Paul, and Mary only did one song that had a drummer, that had drums.
Oh.
And that was I Dig Rock and Roll Music.
Okay.
So they were doing this gig and they needed a drummer so they could do this one song. And I sat in just for that.
Oh, that's
okay.
great. That's neat.
Right. Otherwise, just, you know, I'm just an amateur.
Bill plays a mean tambourine.
Not as good as Betty Cooper on the Archie cartoon. But.
So, wait, So Bill is to drumming as Ken is to inking. Is that
Sure.
what you're
Yeah.
saying?
That's right.
Bingo.
Got it. Got it.
Bingo.
Well, I used to play keyboards in a disco band back in the early 70s.
Wow.
Who did?
I did. I used to play, I played disco stuff from,
Wow.
I'm going to say 70 to 70, actually for about 7 years. I got married in 77 in June, and in May of that same year, I got into DC Comics. And so between, working and the band 5 nights a week, and then starting to draw 40, 50 hours a week, something had to give, and I wasn't going to do music for the rest of my life. So I gave it up after 7 years. But it was fun. I mean, had some great times.
What did
Can't
you
knock
play?
it.
What did you play?
Oh, well, like I said, it was disco music, top 40 stuff.
No,
I played. I took classical piano for 10 years, and then when some of my buddies in my senior year of high school were putting a band together, they said, "Hey Al, do you have an organ?" And I said, "No, but I'll talk to my dad." And so we ended up getting, like a small keyboard that I could play in the band, and then eventually, went to bigger and better pieces of equipment like Hammonds and things like that. Leslie tone cabinets, all that cool stuff. And then we just, did clubs all over the place. We were in Long Island, but we played all around Long Island. We were in Connecticut, New Jersey, wherever the agent got us a gig. So Friday, Saturday, so weekends were never free. It was always, playing gigs.
I want to see photos.
What I actually was thinking was,
photos.
all right,
You know what? I'll have to dig them up. I know I have some, and they're kind of fun to look at. They really are.
yeah, see, I'm gonna go one step further, and I want to know if Russ plays any instruments, because I'm thinking we need to get a comic book band going here. I can feel it.
Unfortunately, no instruments for me. My brothers are both excellent musicians. They do music of their own. They're artists as well too, but no music for me. The closest I ever got was all the punk rock shows in New York. I'd be a part of the stage diving crews, and I'm in a lot of the books and stuff like Stevie Jeevy's books. You'll see me standing there by the stage or whatever. So, but no instrumentals.
Craig, what about you?
I sing.
There you go. All right, we're on.
Hey.
I sing like Tom Waits
Keyboard
songs.
singer, keyboard player.
Well, I used to have to sing in my band too. I did all the bluesy stuff like Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, James Brown. That was my thing.
Wow. Now I want to see video.
No, I don't think any exists. Maybe there's a reel someplace in one of my boxes of us performing. But those were fun times.
So
Ken, we're not keeping you up, are we?
Huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
I said, Ken, we're not keeping you up, are we?
My knee's been keeping me up all night. I'm like, it's ridiculous.
Ron, did you play anything?
Billy Mummy's comic book band,
Oh, Seduction of the Innocent. Yeah.
Seduction of the Innocent. Steve Lee Aloha was in it.
Yeah.
Who
Who
else?
are you guys? Miguel Ferrara.
Miguel Ferrer. That's what I was
He
trying
was
to
in
think
it.
of.
And who's the guy, the writer? The Dick Tracy writer.
Max Combs?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, Max Combs.
Yeah, he was in it, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
he was in it.
I remember them performing at San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Moronga, do you play?
I play guitar badly.
Yeah.
Mikhail says
Right
you're
up
the
there with my
roadie.
singing. So
What's that?
right up
Mikhail
there
says
with
you're
my
the
singing.
I was in a band in high school for a while. They kicked me out.
They kicked you out. Oh no! What happened?
I'm just really shitty at the guitar.
Oh,
Was just really bad at it.
He was like Michael J. Fox in the last scene of Back to the Future.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
Hand doesn't work.
yes, yeah, exactly. The bassist is just turning his volume like all the way up, like the drums are drowning me out. It was good while it lasted. I still play it on occasion. Super amateur.
But busting out the campfires, you know.
I do. I'm not that guy though. I'm not that guy where there's an awesome party going on and he busts out the acoustic guitar and like brings the mood down everywhere.
Like the guy in Animal House with
What's
the
that? Yeah.
the folk guitar guy in Animal House.
Right.
Yeah, John Belushi just destroys your guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. That used to happen quite a bit in college. Not me, but like there'd always be that one guy that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you just happen to have your guitar in your car, bro?
Oh, that was his move.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm bored talking to Aranga. So do any of the people listening have any questions?
There you go. Wow.
Yeah, no, actually, I saw you.
You
Oh,
had one earlier, Bill.
Bill, that's some racist shit. I'm just gonna say right there.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
So good.
I can't say. Did I tell you?
oh, you know what I find what's interesting
Featured on Cast Weekly Update.
Yes.
in that cartoon. You're drinking this orange drink, and now I just saw you drinking from this test tube that you have right there. Some more orange stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's always orange. There's no
it's
other color.
it's always orange.
It's curry. It's curry flavored.
Oh, Bill!
Sorry, no good for me. There it is.
I've got friends in the curry flavored. Wow, Bill. Oh, I am gonna take a clip of this. This is going on Twitter. We're gonna get you. We're gonna work on getting you canceled, Bill.
I just got canceled, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Twitter got canceled anyway.
Oh yeah.
In the South, that's called an orange drink.
Orange.
Orange drink.
That's right.
It's usually got vodka in it.
Oh, orange juice and orange and vodka. Okay.
Oh, thanks
Yeah,
for that,
you-
Bill. I appreciate it.
Or Fanta and vodka.
Fanta
Fanta.
and vodka.
Fanta.
Fanta and vodka.
Greg,
Get
is that
some
a
bubbles
thing?
in there.
Oh man. Yeah. See, this night started off slow. You had no idea what you all were getting into in the chat tonight, did you?
I just want to know is what kind of vodka is in there. We got Tito's, Grey Goose,
Tito's,
Sky.
always Tito's, Alex. The price.
Okay. All right.
Always Tito's.
Canceled.
Yeah, see, my son works in a liquor store, so he always keeps me up on the new vodkas that are coming out. Gosh, I mean, for me, a long time ago, it was just Grey Goose, but now they've got some other ones that are fairly smooth without having to break the bank, you know?
That's true.
Right. Tito's is good stuff.
I love
Yeah,
it.
no, it's very, very popular. It's smooth, you know? I always kind of like that woody flavor of Kettle One, though. Most people I know don't like it, but I do occasionally.
Gets a little pricey too, right? Kettle One.
Yeah, but around Christmas time, you get some specials. You can get a 1.75 for about maybe $40 or something like that.
Yeah, vodka's cheaper than a lot of the other
You know?
beers anyway. So
And considering that, you know, I'm not the type of guy that's going to spend $40 and drink half the bottle in one sitting. I might have one drink and then not have another one for 6 months. So, yeah, when I was in the band, it was we played for 40 minutes. You had 30 minutes off, and it was free booze the whole night. And boy, when you were drinking 5 nights a week, you could tolerate, you know, more and more alcohol in your system. And you know, the club owners during the breaks would call you over. Hey, come on, let's do some shots. And you can't say no to the club owner because he's paying your check or your cash or whatever you want to call it. So there were some nights, you know, between tequila and peppermint schnapps and whatever else I was ingesting, that when I'd go on stage, I'll never forget this one time. I'm blasted. Okay, I had like 6 shots in a matter of about 10 minutes, and then by the time I got back to my keyboard, I'm sitting there and I'm flying. And we start playing, and I'm still holding my own, doing my thing, and all of a sudden it came time for me. I forget what song it was, but I had to play an organ solo. So I get started, and all of a sudden we had the disco ball overhead, and they turned the strobe light on it, and the keys were moving without my fingers playing, and I freaked out. I didn't know what the hell was going on, and I just stopped. And the guitar player, he's looking at me like, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" And I had to think fast, so I turned off the organ, and I kept hitting the keys, making believe like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. So when the song was over, I mean, I could still sing and harmonize and whatever. The song was over. He's going, "What the hell happened?" And I'm still banging on these empty keys. I go, "I don't know. Oh, I must have flicked the on and off switch. Oh, man. Yeah, sorry about that." So then I could turn it on again. But I was freaking out with that strobe light. Oh, my God. That was terrible.
That peppermint schnapps, man. It'll get you every time.
Yeah.
Oh, peppermint schnapps too. Those sweet drinks. Forget about it, right?
Yeah.
Slow, comfortable screws, sex on the beach. All those drinks. Yeah, that's
Long Island iced tea, right?
Long Island iced tea. Sure.
So good, but so dangerous.
Hey, Craig. Do you
Yes?
remember? Do you remember we were at? I think it was Big Wow convention, and it was up in San Jose, and there was like this installation that was at Burning Man.
The monkeys that went around and with the
Do you remember
strobe light.
that? With the strobe light?
Yes.
And they had the
Yes.
drums, and the more you beat on the drums, the faster it spun around.
I'll tell you, I will never forget that entire weekend. That was one of the best convention experiences.
Hey,
That was.
Randy Amigo.
Hey, how's it going?
All right.
Made it.
Yeah, I had a blast at that big WowCon, getting to hang out with Paul Smith,
Yeah, Jane
Michael
Weedland.
Baird, hang out with him in person, and meeting Jane Weedland was just a highlight for me, and getting to hang out with her on that beautiful weekend at the Mountaintop Vineyard. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah, that was just an amazing, amazing weekend.
Yeah.
And
I miss that.
getting to see so many of my West Coast people in person, like Tess Fowler was there, and I got to hang out with Don McGregor and his wife Marcia. Just so many people concentrated there. I miss that convention. I wish that would come back.
I do too. That was a great convention.
Yeah, great memories of that time, that weekend.
Yeah.
I wish
Hey, Randy,
all
how you doing, buddy?
conventions could be like
Hey,
that.
good. Hey, Alex, who's your friend there?
Oh, that's Snoopy. He's being very shy right now. Hiding behind my ear.
Oh, okay.
Snoopy, come on, say hello.
Hey,
No, not to me. Over here. Look.
cute.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Cute. Good boy.
You guys want to see my dog, Bruce?
Your dog is named Bruce?
Yeah, Bruce Wayne.
Oh, okay.
If you show one thing you're going to show, I'm very jealous.
I had a cat here a minute
Yeah,
ago.
Cool.
I love it.
Well,
I love it.
God, so good.
I actually I took one of Bill's sketches and I made our family holiday card out of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up 1 second.
Did you put Cookie in yet?
I did. He did Cookie too. Our other dog.
well, where did you?
Is Cookie eating cookies?
No, hold on. I'll show you Cookie.
This guy's got me Simpsonizing his dogs.
I tell you, Bill.
I used to be an important artist, and now
You're Ken Carson's dog sketcher.
Yeah.
Ken Carson.
Once you open the door to Simpsonizing, Bill, I mean that's it. It's the floodgates just go.
Oh, I didn't find him.
But Bill, you love it. It's like your favorite thing.
Here's what I'm drinking.
Oh, solo cup. Looks like a solo cup.
I've
Hold
got
on.
Kool-Aid.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There you
there's
go.
Cookie.
Oh my god,
Well, here he comes.
that was
Here.
really cute.
Come on, Timo.
All right, Snoop.
Here you go.
Oh, everyone's pets are coming in.
This is my version of Batman. This is Mo.
Mo. All right.
That cat. He's got.
How old is Mo, Randy?
He is 15.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow.
And he's doing really well. We have
Oh,
an older cat, Taz, who is 17. Where are you, Mo? Let's get up there. There you go.
I just went to visit a friend of mine this past week that I hadn't seen in the last 6 months, and I said, "Hey, where are your cats?" Well, one was 20, the other one was 18, and they had to put both of them down
Wow, yeah, that's amazing.
pretty much within a couple of weeks of each other.
Cats live a long time. They really do. You know.
They weren't even cats. Most cats are fairly independent, but these cats were like dogs. They jump on your lap. They want to play. They were really, really friendly.
That's the way these guys are. They've been like dogs. We treated them like dogs when they were little, and I think that's what they thought. You know, you can pull their tail, throw them around, do all kinds of stuff with them. It's hard
My
to get you
cat's-
on camera here.
My cat's kind of like that too. He was in here earlier, but he took off.
Everything's backwards on here, so I can't figure out what I'm doing. You know.
I know.
Hey, Ken, throw up Linda's comment.
There you go.
She wants you, Bill, to draw her like her French poodles.
wait, draw you like a French poodle.
We actually say that about our dog because she's always posing in this weird kind of like twisty pose. So we're like, draw me like your French poodles.
It's a Titanic reference, right?
Yeah, I would go get my dog, but she's a nightmare. She would just be freaking out at the tree the whole time. So,
Oh,
Ada.
Becker, you said that's like a Titanic reference?
It was, yeah. I mean, like your French girls. I've
draw
never
me like
seen
your French-
Titanic, but
Yeah.
I've never seen Titanic either.
What?
I haven't
Yeah.
gotten around to it yet. But I kind of know how it ends. The boat sinks, right?
Yeah.
Spoiler. Jesus.
And then all these
sorry.
new people come out of nowhere, and
But this job.
Has everybody here seen Gone with the Wind and Citizen Kane?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody?
Oh, yeah. Oh, one not. Yes.
I've seen one half.
So one.
Okay. Just curious, but I haven't seen either one. I've seen snippets.
Annika doesn't know what those are.
I know the movie.
If he took film,
That's what I'm asking, the movies. I mean, I've seen so many snippets from all the movies, but I've never sat down to watch them all together all at once.
Can I tell
Considering
you
they're supposed to be classics.
There it is. There it is.
There it is. Look at that.
Oh, man.
So good.
I like the cat. Perfect.
Well, I recognize Ken, but I don't recognize anybody else.
That's my family.
That's the four C.
Oh, that's your family. Okay.
That's the family.
One of them looked like, what is it, Jacob Marley from the Christmas Carol?
Oh, great.
Oh, well, those are Simpsons characters.
He took a rough sketch that I did for Simpsons Limited Edition that had the Simpsons family at the table, and then Mr. Burns and Mo and Smithers are coming in with, like Christmas dinner. So he basically took the caricatures I did of him and his family, and he transplanted them onto the Simpsons characters.
Yes.
Ken, I like the way you think repurposing Bill Morrison art.
Exactly.
That's right.
Like some
Why
kind
pay
of
the man
PI.
twice?
Yeah, he doesn't.
That's
He
right.
never asked my permission either. He just does it.
This big AI database.
He's the AI of the 4C world.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I want to tell you, because we were talking about movies that you've never seen. So my all-time favorite cartoon that it was a newspaper cartoon that I actually saw in a Star Wars book, and it's this elderly couple sitting in chairs, like comfy, easy chairs, like across from each other, and the woman that like it's a husband and wife, and they're like in their 70s, and the woman says, "I'll bet we're the only people." And this, by the way, this cartoon came out in 1977.
Oh, okay.
So the woman says, "I'll bet we're the only two people in the world who haven't seen Star Wars." And the man pulls out a gun and shoots her, and then says, "Now I'm the only one."
Oh, dark.
So how many panels was that?
I think it was 3.
3-panel cartoon. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I have to put it in that category. It's a 3-panel cartoon. Your
3-panel
favorite.
cartoon, yeah.
Okay.
But at the time, it was like everybody saw Star Wars, and if you hadn't seen it, it became almost like a badge of honor. Like, I'm the last holdout. I haven't seen Star Wars. So it kind of rang true to how some people were. Some people were just curmudgeons, and they're like, I'm not going to get on board with this thing that everyone else loves.
Well, I think everybody's got one of them. Like I've never watched one episode of Breaking Bad. And that's another one of those shows that people just like.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Jeff, I haven't seen any of it either.
People take it
now with streaming stuff, there's so much to watch. I mean, there's only so much time that you have to watch. Even though, as I claimed with my semi-retirement, I work until dinner, and after dinner we get to watch TV. How much can you sit there? Like after 3 hours, your butt turns raw, and then you got to get up and walk around.
There's too much.
That's true.
Yeah.
We've been kind of going back and forth lately between Bosch on Prime and The Crown on Netflix. So, I mean, both really good shows, very well written, very well acted. But as soon as that's over, you find something else. We finally, a couple of months ago, watched, I guess, 6 seasons of Downton Abbey, and just binged the heck out of it. Now that we have time, so my wife is retired now. So when we're watching, in the past, she would say, "Okay, listen, I got to go to bed." Now it's, "You want to watch another one?" One more, and then I'll go, "No, I think I'm done." And she'll say, "Okay, well, what are you doing now?" I said, "Well, going to sleep. It's 1 o'clock. What about you?" "No, I took a nap earlier. I'll be up for a little while." And then she ends up watching something, going on the computer, whatever, So it's different.
That's different. So she sounds like she's doing better. Your wife?
Yeah, she's doing better.
Okay.
What Randy is alluding to is the fact that my wife had a stroke back in March of this year, and it was a small one, but still, it wreaks havoc with a sense of normalcy to a certain point. And she was deciding whether or not she wanted to retire, and she did. My daughter had a baby, so she spends at least three days a week, maybe more, depending, with my daughter and the baby, and sees my granddaughter a heck of a lot more than I do. But and that's good for her. I'm glad that she gets to help.
Hold on a second, Alex. Alex, you're being too sexy right now. We just had the sex bots in the chat. Thank you for removing them, Ken. We've just gotten our first sex bots trying to pop into the chat.
Oh, the spammers.
The spam.
The bots.
When you bring that kind of sexy that you've got, sir, sometimes we just get these people right in there, and then Ken already blocked them and kicked them out.
Yeah. I hope they remembered to like and subscribe before they got blocked.
Yeah. Oh, I wish you'd let him scroll up so that I didn't sound like a crazy person.
Wait a minute.
Okay, I want to know how many guys here are on Twitter?
I left Twitter.
Who's on Twitter?
I'm still on Twitter.
I haven't used it in years, but I think I
have.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't use it, although I'm on it, but I get 2 to 3 notifications every day, and I click on it, and it's all these, I don't know, young models, women, whatever, that want to follow me. And I'm thinking, why the hell would you want to follow me? I mean, what's the deal here?
Yeah. Those are real.
I mean, they're real, but sometimes they're not real, sometimes you get these women that want to follow you, and you scroll down 2 or 3 levels, and then all of a sudden, they're from another country that's, in South America or whatever, and you're going, oh, it's not even a girl, it's a guy.
Sounds like a wonderful opportunity, Alex.
Sounds like a wonderful opportunity.
I think you're just a global superstar.
It's a global thing, yes. And sometimes they, other than saying hello, they'll try to write something in English, but it's broken English. Like, we be friends. Like, what? That kind of a thing. And you're thinking, no, I don't think so. A long time ago, when I first got on Facebook, on Messenger, I answered. And I said, well, thank you for, trying to friend me. I think you and I be friends. And I said, well, I'm married. You and I be friends. And she capitalized it. And I'm going, wow, okay. So I had to block that lady and get her the heck out. So you learn all kinds of crazy stuff going on streaming. But yeah, I mean, Twitter is my least used, streaming format. Mostly Facebook and Instagram. Yeah. And on Instagram, I get more likes on anything I post, like 3 or 4 to 1 to Facebook. But on Instagram, I don't know who's liking me because everybody has like a different user ID. Yeah. So you can't respond. And I'm not clicking on every little picture on my phone to see who's giving me maybe a thumbs up or a comment or whatever. But it's nice to know that at least they're looking.
Yeah. Bill, what were you going to say about the bots?
Who?
No, I was going to say, hold on a minute. Jeff, you actually had an opportunity to make this party interesting, and you shut it down.
You should have invited the bot in.
That was Ken. I couldn't even get the words out of my mouth to tell Alex that we were being spammed before Ken kicked them out. So sometimes you got to leave them in a little while.
I'm kidding. This is a fun party, but
too late.
What is that? What are you talking about? Like sex?
So bots are like automated. They're not real people. They're created by people way smarter than me, but they use them to go out and they spam chats and stuff. And it says it's like automated speech where it just says sexy party here. They always got names like the one that was on here was xxx20.site.
But it's basically it wants you to click on the chat.
Yeah, it wants you to click here.
Speaking of XXX sexy, Dave Akins has entered the room. Dave, how are you doing, sir? And he's frozen.
Can you hear us? I was frozen.
He was frozen in space and time.
Yeah, seems that way.
He's the greatest mime ever.
It's really dedicated.
I would be like, it would be Dave that would like play a joke on us and just have his screensaver.
Yeah, just it.
Or he would just sit there completely still.
Yeah. Has anybody seen the Guillermo del Toro animated Pinocchio yet?
I haven't.
Oh, not yet. I definitely.
It just came out a couple of days ago on Netflix. Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry. What's it called?
It's the Pinocchio. It's stop motion animation.
Yes, Pinocchio. How was it?
It was. In fact, it was made. A lot of it was made here in Oregon, where I live, down in Salem or something. Some of my students were telling me, "Oh, we're trying to get jobs as assistants." And that was like back in 2019 or something. It's the last time I taught, but. It was interesting. It kind of loses its way, like most animated films that are 2 hours. It's like too long, but the ending is really cool. The last 30, 40 minutes and the beginning is too. And the animation is terrific.
Did anybody here watch Love, Death, and Robots?
Yep.
No, I haven't seen that. I've
seen a couple of them.
I haven't watched it yet, though.
Yeah, I mean, I thought when I was watching the first one, I mean, there was some good things about it. Some things I didn't really care for too much. And I thought that all episodes were going to be in that same style. So until somebody said, oh, no, each one is different, then I started going through them. And sometimes I would start it for about a minute and I'd say, okay, this one's not for me. And I just move on to the next one. So there were some good ones and some that I didn't particularly care for. No offense to the creators, but, everybody's got their likes and dislikes. And that's what's so nice about art. Some people hate my stuff. Some people love my stuff. If you hate my stuff,
that's cool.
No soup for you.
Pinocchio, a couple of my friends from Disney worked out to Leica now. Like it's just like once the Disney group disbanded down in Florida,
Yeah.
all over the place. So there's like I know somebody in almost every animation house in the world now. So
Oh,
it's just
okay.
fun to see what they like. The Leica stuff out in Oregon. It's amazing. The stop motion is still always been my favorite. I've
It
never
is.
done it.
You know, I mean, it's right near me. I live close to Nike and Leica, and the guy across the street moved in a couple of years ago, and he's one of the animators for the computer. You know, it's like they take facial stuff, and then now they're using those printers, those 3D printers.
Yeah.
And they have a company it's in Israel that's working with them to create these printers that now can print in full color. And so they'll print 2 halves of the head, you know, from like here down. So the mouth and the eyes, and it's all based on stuff coming off the computer. You know, it starts with drawings and then, you know, it goes to I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, they did a big, at the Art Museum in Portland, they did a show a couple of years ago, really just before COVID. And it had all of these productions that they had done. One of the best I've ever seen at any kind of museum. It ran for like months, you know, but it was really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they have, even with that Guillermo del Toro, with the Pinocchio, they have a thing afterwards that shows you the animation, how they handled it in sizes and stuff. And they have like huge heads of, you know, the boy of Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket to make the scale right.
Oh yeah, for different scenes they did different.
That's, you know, the size of, you know, I don't know, a table or something. And then, you know, then they have really, really tiny ones. And it's interesting just to get the effects they need in the different scenes to create the perspective and force perspective. But yeah, it's worth seeing just because it's pretty phenomenal animation. It's pretty great.
I'm really fascinated by the close proximity of this film and the Disney live action remake of Pinocchio.
Yeah.
And whenever something like that happens, like there was like a run of not comets, what are the asteroid movies?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
There were like three
Deep Impact and Armageddon came out like
the Earth, yeah.
Like they all came out in the same year. And like I'm dying to know, like, when Del Toro started his Pinocchio, did he know Disney was doing like remaking their animated Pinocchio? And was that like a freak out moment? Like, oh my God.
Did he?
I didn't know about the Disney one. I knew about the Del Toro one before I knew about the Disney one.
Yeah. I think that they do that.
That one came. That one was like was announced first, and then the Disney one.
Yeah, I mean, I knew about. Well, Guillermo's trying to get it made for a long time, so you know. But Disney, you know, they can get it done if they want to. We'll probably go, okay, we need to step on this. Let's get it done now.
Yeah, I think there's a history of that kind of thing going on where there's like 2 competing companies who have a very similar. Like I remember with the Tombstone and the Wyatt Earp movie back in the day, those were like 2 movies that came out. And it was, I mean, that was even worse because it was literally, you know, based on a true story. So just whichever one of them got out first, they knew there was going to be, you know, the one. So you know, I think that happens a little bit where you get these 2 companies with very similar ideas, and they just compete to see.
Well, it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder if there's like a script that gets passed around, and then somebody decides, well, I don't want to do that script, but we'll write our own script, you know, based on the same idea.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the new Disney Pinocchio live action, but the Del Toro, yes, I loved it. I'll probably watch it again.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm sure that it's got like 100% more fascism than the Disney version.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Fascist.
See now the
Mussolini part was like, okay, where did this come from?
The original Pinocchio animated movie, though, is my favorite Disney movie. I wouldn't say hands down, but it's just the most beautiful animation and backgrounds and just what they did with that old technology and the multi-plane cameras and stuff too. It's amazing.
When you think that movie came out like 12 years after Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe more like 14 years.
I'm getting a lot of background noise. Are you guys getting that too?
Yeah,
it's like a radio or something playing.
sometimes if you have the volume turned up too loud on the speaker,
Uh-huh.
it reverbs off of your own microphone, and that's how you get that. Craig's does that a little bit, so we mute him a tiny bit whenever he's not talking. But it's
Does it
something
help if
sometimes
I
you
turn my volume down?
So if I
it
turn
should
my
help.
volume down, it'll help.
Absolutely.
Too? Okay.
Okay.
I can do that.
But there is the occasional one that's just not going to help. It's just there's nothing you can do about it. So we just try to. We'll do some selective muting.
I thought it was the sex bot.
It wasn't
It
there
could've
at
been.
first. It just kicked
Everything
in. You're, yeah, that must be it.
Don't say that
Who
too loud.
invited
They'll
the
come back.
hookers?
Sex bot.
I got a message. I got a message from someone in the stream that while Ken was trying to block the sex bot, he blocked them instead.
Yeah, it was ML. We're trying to undo it.
It's
We're
Mikhail.
trying to get that fixed. I noticed
That was a total accident. Yes,
Yeah.
we never want to block ML from anything.
There
He
was
just sent me
also a
screenshot
Randy
of like 20
comment. There
messages,
was a Randy
like, wondering why
comment
no
that
one's replying to him.
went away real quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where did Ken go?
Yeah, where'd he
Well,
go?
He was trying to make room. He went off camera because we can only have 10 people on at a time. I know but if he's on, the other people who try to come on, they can't even get into the back room. So if he pulls himself back, if somebody else
Hey, when
comes
he was on, there was no background noise. I don't know.
And
What
they
does
were
that
in-
mean? I don't know. Yeah, we watched, I should say, my wife and I, we watched that Spirited, is it a Apple
I
or
haven't
something,
seen it.
TV thing with Will Ferrell and what's his face? Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, I mean the story, loses its way, whatever. But some of the musical numbers are phenomenal. I mean, it's just hilarious. I mean, the dialogue or the lyrics or whatever, and the choreography and stuff. It's worth watching just to watch some of the choreographed numbers because they're just over the top. It's just kind of fun.
Yeah, I have Apple TV, but I can't watch it anywhere. I can only watch it on my phone for some reason. So
Oh, this
I've
is
never watched
a
any
big
of the
screen
Apple TV
experience.
stuff.
You should see it on a big screen because it's
No, Russ, you can AirPlay your phone onto your television. You
It's I've tried. It's horrible. It doesn't
Try
work.
that.
sometimes it works. Sometimes
Maybe I should try it now, but with the new phone too. So I forgot about that. So
That's a shame. Apple has some great programming.
yeah. So
I
I've
tell
never
you,
seen Ted
Rob
Lasso.
McElveen's show, Mythic Quest, is
Oh, yeah?
absolutely one of my favorite shows right now.
That is a phenomenal show. I'm so glad someone else I know watches it.
Oh, of course you watch it, Annika.
It's so good. So good.
We're gonna have to cosplay Ian and Poppy.
Okay. I'm down.
Okay.
I'll
Wait, ML's back. Can you highlight ML, please?
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's a comment from like 20 minutes ago though,
Yeah.
right?
Sorry, ML. That I swear there was no racistness. That's the word. Race. There was no. It wasn't. It was. It was
Did
an
you say there's
accident.
no racistness?
I said I'm making up
It's
words.
like-
I think it's an ism. It's an ism.
It's like 20
Wait.
minutes ago.
Oh my God, he's moving.
Dave?
He's in live action.
Oh,
live
he
this
is
time.
moving.
All right.
I'm here.
You've arrived.
A sure sign the party is winding down.
Oh, really? That's no good.
Bye.
Hey, Dave.
So you had a little technical difficulties earlier, sir.
You crashed my entire computer, you rat bastards.
It was
Thank
the
you.
bots.
It was the bots. Yeah, it was all about the sex bots.
Damn you, Elon.
I thought you were playing a joke on us. I was like, this is something Dave would do.
Well, I'm gonna hop off so that if anybody else wants to get on, it was fun chatting with everybody. I hope everyone has a great holiday season.
Yep.
You
I'm
too,
gonna make
Becker.
room for
Bye, Becker.
more interesting
Take it easy,
people
Becker.
than myself.
Oh,
That's
Bill,
not-
keep,
buddy.
Bill, keep Ken in line on that trip to New Orleans.
I will.
Give
as
him
much
the
as
business
possible.
for me. All right, bye everybody.
Good night,
So
Becker.
long.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Hi, Becker.
He left so fast.
Hey, I got the Alice spot.
What did I do? What did I do?
Well, no, we can only have 10 people on at a time. So if 10 people are on, then we can't have anybody else come in. So we try to keep it around 9 so we can, if somebody else. We invited a lot of people. We got a lot of yeses. Some of them haven't shown up yet.
Yeah, I'm going to be leaving in about 5 minutes myself to make room, and got some other things I have to take care of. But it was great being on here and meeting some new people and seeing some familiar faces.
Yeah. And Alex, if you don't think that I'm going to bring a keyboard with me to the next convention we're at, you are out of your mind.
But I have arthritis. I can't really play anymore.
Those are great excuses, right?
I'm just hearing excuses, sir. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it. We've
So
talked about
I'll find out what show you're coming to, and one arm will be in a sling, and the other one fingers will be taped together, but I'll still be able to draw.
I'll bring a disco ball and a strobe light.
Yeah, just bang on the
A disco ball and a strobe light, great.
I got the peppermint schnapps.
Oh, you have the peppermint schnapps.
I don't, but I'll bring it just for that show.
Great.
Alex supported himself through college, playing in bands and stuff.
Yeah.
You made money doing it. Yeah, you were like
I did.
You were saying.
Yeah, I got to actually we played in a couple of places where they would have some of these oldie groups come in, like the Brooklyn Bridge, Tommy James and the Shondells, the Clovers. These bands, they had all these cool names in those days, you know. The Blue Notes, the Clovers, the Hangovers, the Weed Killers. I mean, they had all these names, but they were all shoebop type bands, you know. It was all the songs pretty much sounded the same. Shoebop, oh baby, wow. You know, it was great. It was so much fun. They'd end up giving us the sheet music. We'd play in the background. They'd be singing in the foreground and, you know, doing that little shimmy shake to one side and the other side. And except for Tommy James and the Shondells, they practically blew up our equipment. They put everything on 10 for the volume. Everything was so distorted. I think they must have been on glue or drugs or something. But when they got off the stage, they came to us and said, "Man, your equipment stuff is great. Sounds really good." And I'm thinking, gee, I hope he didn't blow out that speaker in my Leslie tone cabinet for the organ, you know. He didn't, but boy, because I would play it on about 4. He put it up to 10, and it just didn't even sound like music anymore. It's terrible.
Before headbanger rock and roll too. It's like
Oh, yeah. Well,
before the Marshall speakers, you know, going.
oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. No, I'm still playing guitar. I play a lot of music too.
All right, we found a guitarist. All right, keyboard, guitar, drums.
Yeah, I still have my dad bought me a piano when I was in 2nd grade, so I was 7 years old. I still have that piano in my living room, and it needs to be tuned, but there's only 1 or 2 notes in the lower registers that are out of tune, so I can still play stuff in the middle. And just recently I decided to pull out some old sheet music and start playing, and I don't know if my dog hated it or he loved it and was singing along, but there were sounds coming out of his throat that I had never heard before, just because he was singing along with the piano. And it was classical music. It wasn't even anything, pop or popular or whatever. He just went crazy with it. It was kind of funny.
A true music appreciator then.
Yes. I think I started playing the Moonlight Sonata, and after about 3 or 4 bars, he started howling, you know.
If it's not Beethoven, it's crap.
Yeah, right. That's it. Well, gentlemen, I'm going to wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And I'm sure we'll hook up in 2023 at some point.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
We'll see you in February here in
Yep, I'll see Randy in February.
We'll be taking you out to dinner and wine and dine you and have some fun. So
Yeah, you know what's going to be cool about February over in Portland is that I spoke to Randy Bowen, whose statues have many of his pieces, and he lives out there, and he's going to come to the show.
That's great. I haven't seen him in years. And
I never met him, but I've been online with him here and there. But he's got a friend of his, this guy named Nate Quarry, who used to be an MMA fighter.
Right, I know him. I've seen him.
You know Nate? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen him in a lot of shows. Yeah.
Yeah, but I asked Randy if he was going to be there, and he said, "Well, I think Nate is going to be setting up there, so yeah, they'll come by and maybe we can grab a lunch."
Okay,
So-
yeah, he's a fun guy, actually. Not
So-
unlike many of those other guys. He's actually a very intelligent, fun guy. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, listen, nice seeing you. Nice meeting everybody.
Hey,
Arrivederci. Good night now. Take care.
Alex.
Take care. Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye. We'll see you.
Bye bye.
All right.
Yeah.
So Alex Saviak, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Yes.
right, Alex Saviak.
Yeah.
One
Well,
of,
Randy,
one,
there
of,
was a-
one of the one of the Spider-Man group, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The
There was a
brothers.
question.
The
Somebody wanted to
Spider-Man
know.
Brotherhood.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody wanted to know if you'd ever been on before, and yes, you did a sketch op with us. You did a live show.
Yeah, and Larry Stroman was on with me. I guess they sort of invited him. Well, when was that? Was that like last June or something? Or?
It feels like I mean everything.
It's about a year and a half.
Here feels like.
Has it really been over a year?
Yeah.
It wasn't okay. So this last year was a total. You're right. It was like I did so many shows and stories I can't even remember.
Yeah, we'll have to get you back
It was
on.
the year before, so it was 2021. Okay,
Yep.
and it was in like June or May or something like that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I want to do it again. I just got totally, super busy. I mean, because of the Carnage and the Venom movie, and like then you get store signings and some of these shows, and it's like I ended up doing way too many, and so I'm going to cut back this year and just do some of the quality ones, Plus, we take care of I mentioned that to you, a 95-year-old mother-in-law who had a stroke like about 14 days ago. So we just moved her. We were kind of the primary caregiver. She was living alone and lives a couple of blocks away. It's my wife's mother. And we just moved her into a skilled nursing facility for some rehab. So that's going to slow things down a little bit this year. That's for sure. So anyway, but that's life, man. It's like, so it's probably good I was really busy last year.
Yeah. No, like I said, it was one of our funner shows. I remember that show really well. It was a really good time.
Well, I intend to do it again. I just,
Yeah, we'll definitely.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And does Larry do regular shows for you?
Larry was in the chat.
He hasn't done it in a while.
Yeah, he hasn't been on a while. He was in the chat when we started the night, but he's been sort of doing his own thing for a while now. So
He's been posting some beautiful art on Facebook.
I did see some, yeah. He's certainly busy, which is good. I mean, I think he's more productive now than he was when he was in comics, right? That's often the way it is. After you get away from the pressure, that's wow.
I have some.
We did about 3 years of stuff together, almost 3 years. A lot of Alien Legion stuff. The epic stuff, the Alien Legion stuff for Carl Pop. Yeah, he did a lot of it, and then they did a reincarnation of it and started it over. And then Mark Farmer took over for me after the first few issues of that. But I didn't give him some other things too, but it was interesting. Actually, it was good because it gave me a chance to loosen up. Larry's stuff is he's kind of a commercial art guy. And I had already been an illustrator and an animator for like 15 years before I did comics. So it was fun to work with somebody like that. It was interesting. But he can ink his own stuff, and he can paint and draw, whatever. He can do whatever he wants,
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm just. I just found out business news stuff is that Aftershock, the company I'm working for, on Jimmy's Bastard. So they declared bankruptcy yesterday.
Oh no!
What?
Yeah. So we don't know. I haven't been paid for the second issue. I'm supposed to be finishing up the third issue at some point, but we're waiting to see what happens with that. So a little comics insider news, I guess. So if you have friends that work for Aftershock, see if they can get their money before it's too late.
Chapter 11 or Chapter 7?
Yeah, they contacted me about doing it on PayPal. And I said, listen, you guys got to make sure my colorist and letterer get paid first. They've been waiting even longer than me. And they paid them, but then they declared bankruptcy. So I don't know if I'll ever get any of that money. We'll see.
I think over the last month, there's been a lot of hubbub on like comics news sites. Like different creators have been kind of speaking up, but not mentioning the company.
Yeah, because they've been paid late. I mean, to be fair, Aftershock is a great company to work for. Really nice people that have been in the business for years. But they were always not good at paying on time, like a lot of companies. So, but it's just kind of news to know about them. So I don't know when Jimmy's Little Bastards will be out. The issue is done, and I think printed, but not out. And the third issue I'm still working on because it's just been one of those things, waiting to see what happens. So
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll probably be doing more shows next year.
Oh man.
All
Russell,
right,
are there
man.
plans
It's really, it wasn't bad.
Russ the list.
The shows that I did and the signings were off the chart. I mean, it's like I've never seen that kind of money flying around, you know. So hopefully, I don't know how long that'll last. We'll see. You know, now that COVID's kind of over with, maybe it'll drift away. But it was pretty phenomenal. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with the shows.
Yeah, well, I mean, fan support has always been great, and it's just like really kind of bigger now than it ever was, because now groups like this and the shows the way they are, people come up to you and they really appreciate stuff that you did, projects that you worked on, and so you can kind of live off that for a while. You can feed on it, and it's wonderful because it's just people really helping you out at a time when you need to, when something else fell through for you.
Exactly. Yeah. No, there's a lot of guys that are trying to retire, and shows are actually helping fill that hole or save some money.
Sure.
I mean, one of the guys I worked with, Chris Warner, is an editor at Dark Horse. Still, he'd like to be retired, because they sold half of Dark Horse to some Chinese investor. So things are getting weird, but I mean, he's not one of the guys who got a golden parachute, but he's back doing shows again. And he did a ton of stuff like Predator, and he's done, he did Black Cross and Barbed Wire. He and I did Doctor Strange and Alien Legion, and I think he did Moon Knight too. So yeah, shows are good though for him. I'm trying to help him get into as many as I can.
Yeah.
ML, thank you.
That's your creator-owned book, right? With Aftershock.
Yeah. That's so. Yeah, we have to see what's going to go on with the rights to that too. There's a chance they'll get financing from somebody else, and it'll all be fine. But they had to declare bankruptcy, and it hasn't been terribly transparent. So, but yeah, Jimmy's Little Bastards is the follow-up to Jimmy's Bastards that we did. James Bond spoof, kind of. What if James Bond had really been sleeping around for 30 years and left like 200 or 300 kids in his wake that he didn't know about, and then they all decide to gather up and knock off their father. So, and we're doing again, the follow up to that is the Little Bastards. So, but we'll see what happens with it. It's a fun story. There's development rights out there for something, which was nice. First time I actually got credit for something that I worked on that got paid for it. So
is that a license thing, or is James Bond in the public domain, or what?
James Bond's public domain, but it's I mean, again, we were as bold as we could be about it. Like Jimmy Regent is the guy's name, James Bond. So yeah, the concept is out there, just super spy, doesn't matter. So there's no legal problems with that. So,
oh, I see. Okay.
just like, well, I mean, it's not even public domain, it doesn't have to be. So but there are enough, call outs to it, callbacks to it. We did sort of parodies of all the different James Bond characters in the first series too. So
Ken and I just had a conversation about public domain characters.
Yeah.
Ken, wake up.
I'm here. I'm looking for
So,
that
yeah,
picture of the death.
You get James Bond meets Winnie the Pooh meets. I'm trying to think of some more public domain. There's a lot of them. You wouldn't even think.
But the thing of it is, the characters can be public domain, but the likenesses might not be. So
yeah,
people always tell me, "Oh, the Frankenstein stuff that you do, you should really make a book out of that." I'm like, "Yeah, but you can't do the Karloff likeness.
Right?
You can do Frankenstein, but you can't.
You have
do
to
the
go
Karloff
back
likeness.
to the source.
Yeah,
you can't do like Disney's version of it.
Exactly. So
Universal's version.
Right. And I would have thought that like completely, that makes so much sense. But then there's that artist who draws these Pooh books, and he literally draws the Disney version. I don't know how he gets away with it. I'd be curious to know how, because it's not like it's just Winnie the Pooh from the story. It's literally the Disney version of the Winnie the Pooh, only as like a mercenary or in like an outfit or in like a costume. I don't know how it works exactly, but yeah.
He gets away with it because he hasn't been sued yet.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's.
I mean, they would claim he would claim parody right, but parody right is something you would have to, defend in court. And the odds that he would have the money to defend that.
And Disney doesn't have a big legal team or anything. They don't care.
Oh yeah, no, they're
Tiny company.
Yeah, right.
It just depends on whether or not Disney would ever see it as something that was taking money from them.
Yeah, if it was worth their while.
And then
Wait a minute. Disney actually sued a daycare in Burbank
that's right.
because they had paintings of their characters on the wall of the daycare.
Wow.
Yeah. So you know,
No, I mean that I can't imagine that was taking any money out of
It's true.
Michael Eisner's children's mouths.
kind of close your eyes and spin the wheel and see who gets sued and who doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how we do with Marvel. See how the Marvel characters hold up. You know,
Yeah.
that shows. Hey, I got to get started on dinner. My wife's at the nursing home, so I'm going to get that going. So I'm going to say good night and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, sir. Thank you so much for joining us, Brandon.
Yeah, give some room for somebody else to come in, so that'll be great. All right, man. Take care.
Have a great one, Andy. Thanks. Yeah, this is the beautiful death that Bill Morrison did for the Comic Art Live blind sketch op. And ML picked the character and didn't know who was going to draw it, and it ended up being Bill.
Thank you, ML. I'm glad you liked it.
That's cool.
And I got a nice shout out for the hair, and I always appreciate that.
Yeah, he works hard on that hair.
I worked hard on the hair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was just working on the Christmas drawing for tomorrow, so I'm gonna show the Spider-Man Santa Claus guy.
Oh, that's so great.
Oh, that's so cool.
Dibs. I got dibs. I'm gonna call dibs.
Claim.
I was wondering if you're drawing Russ because you're like there.
Yeah, I was just finishing it up when I
That's
need
Russ's
something to
like-
post each day. So
He's
Wet
not
Head
standing.
Wednesday.
You didn't know.
I couldn't hear you. What?
I said you weren't standing. That's why we didn't know you were.
Yeah, no, I was before. So got my trusty little drawing board.
Bill is rocking the Jason Blood hair. Wow, thank you, David. That's very nice. I appreciate that. That's high praise.
I already called dibs, Jason. Did you miss the whole dibs? It's like calling shotgun. It's already been called.
Yeah, I'm likely going to put a couple of these up with you guys for sale, the Christmas drawings, if you want, because
Absolutely, yeah.
It's just one of those things where I may be in need of some cash.
What, during the holidays?
No, I just mean with the aftershock thing.
Yeah,
it's all going to be fine. But,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but I do have to get going too, so I just wanted to make sure I tuned in before, I
No,
missed
well,
out.
it's always so good to see you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, it's
And,
good to catch up with all you guys.
Yeah, great seeing
Thanks,
you,
buddy.
Russ.
Yeah,
And hopefully in person again soon. No,
Yeah, this year
But,
we're gonna do. If you're free for cons, we're gonna hold you to that.
sure thing. I'm going to try. All right, you guys. I'll
Okay,
see you.
Russ.
Happy holidays, Russ.
Take care.
Good night.
All right. Oh, Ken's showing off more stuff.
Uh-oh. Wow.
Look at that. Where did that come from?
Who did that?
Where'd you get a Precious from?
That's what I've
Mr.
been
Craig
working
Hamilton
on.
just sent that to me.
Wow.
That's a Craig
Frank,
Hamilton?
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Get closer, Annika. Get closer.
He's so pretty.
He's precious. What are you talking
He's
about?
precious. He's a little psychopath.
Yeah. For anybody who doesn't own a piece of Craig's work, you are missing the boat.
I just sent it to you.
Hey, 2 spots open right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we can listen. If anybody wants something from Craig, there are 2 spots open on his sketch list, his list. Just message us here or 4ccomic.art@gmail.com and we can add you to the list. Yeah, his stuff. I mean, I've got stuff here. Oh my gosh. I always have one handy somewhere.
Put a disclaimer out that Larry Tunn stole the little storm I wanted. That Craig did. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. And stupid Larry's.
What?
You did like a storm
Oh, yeah.
and Larry stole.
Recreated a page from 1986.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Has Craig drawn the Silver Surfer? Just hit
Yeah, a
Google.
couple
You'll
of
find a
times.
Craig Silver Surfer. Oh my
That's a
gosh.
fun character to draw. I did that one. I still love that one I did for Benny years and years ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then I did a black and white one for Heroes Con one year that I really, really liked. I felt like I was channeling Kirby.
I think I might have too much art.
No such thing.
Dang.
No such thing.
No, I can't find anything. It's amazing.
I have to go, Ken, and everyone. My dinner just got delivered, and I got the look.
Yeah, oh yeah. Avoid the look.
You're good.
You're good.
Thank you for coming.
But I'll
It's
see you
always
all
great
soon.
seeing you, Monica.
It's always nice seeing you. Have a good night. Happy holidays. See you in
Monica.
January.
Take care. Happy holidays.
Bye, Aranga. Do I sound like a chipmunk still?
Yeah, I mean, that's not going to change unless it's surgically adjusted.
Goodbye, Aranga.
Adios.
All right. There's just the 6 of us.
And then
Oh.
there were 6.
That's right. So, Aranga, what have you been working on lately when you're not vacationing in Europe?
Right now, I'm just working on giving shit away for free. I'm doing like a Christmas giveaway. I'm doing one a week, and then doing a raffle on Friday, and giving them away. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. So
You
so I
got,
get
you,
10.
you got one? You have one laying around you can show us?
Yes. Well, today was day 2. Yesterday's sketch was a little Harley.
Oh.
Little grumpy Batman in there. And today's sketch was Storm, bringing
Oh,
the
nice.
festivities.
Nice.
So, little happy holidays, just a end of the year thing. So, like quick 20-minute sketches.
You do good lips.
What's that?
You do good lips.
Thanks, Bill.
I'm just trying to get uncanceled.
You're very close to getting uncanceled right now. But the only other thing I was working on was this sucker, this 90s.
Oh yeah.
X-Men.
Wow, that's cool.
Where is it? I don't know. If you can
Oh, is
see
that my
it, but it's
Christmas
like,
thing?
yeah. No, this is not part of the Christmas giveaway. That one took way too long. Way too long. But I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. It really started off as just a fun piece for me to just kind of doodle on in between other things. And it just grew and grew and grew.
Well, you know, maybe you bring
Ken
that
and I
to
talked
Mexico.
about making a print. There's like a spot where we could do remarks on him. We'll see.
Excellent.
Oh.
Yeah,
But
pretty
that's about it.
Well, does everybody here? Anybody have big plans? Dave, do you have any big plans for the holidays for this weekend?
I'm gonna take a nap.
So what I want to know about Dave is, like, is your camera in the ceiling of your studio?
No, my camera is in my my ancient iMac computer.
It's so high. I love it. It's like a great angle.
It's Apple put them right at the top of the monitor
Oh, okay.
back in 2010 or whenever this computer was purchased.
It's very flattering.
Yeah.
Well,
Your studio
this
looks
is
film noir.
unlike you, Bill. My hair is leaving me, so I have to get a better angle.
So I've made it my life's work now to acquire all the Batman items that Dave has decided to sell.
Hold on, let's see if I got anything.
Oh, Ken, you're showing my
Is this you?
Yeah. So this is I started doing painted recreations Inspired by Carl Barks, I'm doing painted recreations of some of my Simpsons covers.
Oh, that's super cool, man.
So this is the original Simpsons number 11 cover was not painted. A lot of my Simpsons Treehouse of Horror covers were painted. This one was not. So this is a painted version of the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror number 11 cover.
And even though it's not for Disney, they'll still sue you, just like Carl Barks.
Yeah. which also inspires me. So many things about Carl Barks inspires me. What?
Oh
yeah.
Inflatable Batman kite. Oh, Bill.
I have a Batman kite, but it's not that one.
Oh, man. I had that one when I was like 6. Still wrapped. Batman fighting with
still wrapped.
Calypso.
Come on.
Oh.
All right.
You are killing Morrison right now.
29 cents, Bill. 29 cents.
When are you selling those to me?
I don't know. I Batman versus Eclipso. Come on. Oh, I don't know.
That's one of the Whitmans I don't have too. So I do have that, Jeff.
Jeff, everybody's got that. Try harder. I got the whole set. I got the whole set of those over there.
Put that weak sauce back.
Billy, that's the hard thing. Like the amount of bat things that I have that you probably don't really is not that many.
Well, it's surprising. For those of you that don't know, I have a Batman Museum page on Facebook. So it's basically, I every so often when Ken is not cracking the whip on me, I take pictures of stuff from my Batman collection and I put it on this Batman Museum page. But it's amazing the stuff that, like I have a lot of Batman stuff, but every so often something comes up that I see and I'm like, I've never seen that before. And I must have it.
Yeah, somebody posted a link to an eBay auction. It was basically kind of a Batman version of the 70s web shooter that was a wrist, suction cup thing that I'd never seen. I don't know if it was an Azrac, have the way, whatever. But that was, you see these and you go, oh, that's a new rack toy. Never seen that one before.
Yeah.
Bill, didn't Sergio gift you something recently, like a couple months ago during the CAFCON thing?
Me?
Yeah, didn't he bring it on screen to show it to you that he got it for you?
Oh, I think he did. Yeah, I don't have it yet though. He hasn't sent it to me. If he hasn't sent it, it's not mine yet.
It's not. It's not.
But Sergio used to, when I was editor-in-chief of Bongos, and Sergio was, doing not only Simpson stories but his own book. He would come in to like show me the latest story he was doing, and he would almost always bring me a Batman. Usually, it was like a Mexican knockoff Batman thing. So either a statue or a puppet or some kind of crazy thing. So yeah, I have a lot of cool, rare Batman stuff from Sergio.
So none of these have to be officially licensed products.
No,
bootleg as all get out.
I love the knockoff stuff.
Here you go, Bill. I was in the Bahamas in March, and this is my my Bat Maraca that just looked like it was like a Seth drawing or something.
Yeah. It's like the first time we ever got to see Batman's nose.
It's also like his eyes.
His eyes are in his forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right here.
He's blind as a bat.
Yeah.
Na.
I'll show you one of my favorite Batman things.
that cowl is a good way. Like if someone was going for the eye poke attack to throw them off, so they just like poke
that's
their forehead and said yes.
That's a good one.
Why is he furry?
Years old.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh, I just saw that Iron
Dave,
Giant.
Dave Desmond got a Nick Fury from Bill, the half foot sketch op that they did.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about this, Bill? I don't know if I told you about it. So I sent it off, and I get an email from Dave, and he's like, "Hey Ken, I got a piece of art, but I didn't get a Nick Fury from Bill Morrison." And I was like, well, "Okay, so send it back to me. I must have sent to the wrong person." So he sends the sketch back to me, and I look at my list, and it says Dave Desmond, the guy who bought, who said he sent it back to me, and I'm like, "There's something's wrong here." So I contacted Bill Cox, and Bill, he's like, "No, it's Dave," and so he sends me the receipt, and I was like, "Dave, did you buy this?" He goes, "No." So I literally sent him the receipt, and he was just like, "I guess I did." I was like, "We need to have an intervention."
Yeah, he was drunk buying.
I said, "You bought art, you don't even remember buying it." So I had to send it back to him. So
yeah, he was on Comic Art Drunks.
Dave's a good guy, though.
We've all been there.
I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was like,
so did he like the drawing, or
he did. He's he actually made a comment like, "Oh, I wish it was mine." It turned out it was.
Because I was wondering if maybe he was like making up a story because he just didn't want the art.
I was like, I didn't get this.
Oh, there's Dave. I'm a dope.
But it's a really terrible strategy because he's paid for it already.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't buy this, just take it back. Like he didn't ask for a refund.
Right.
Right.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap this up. Where's Jeff?
I'm sorry. I was looking for something I was going to show off, but I once again I can't find all my stuff. So yeah, it's just us.
I want to thank everybody who came on. It was great. I mean, we didn't get an artist for a while, but when we got them, they was fun.
Absolutely.
Well, it was really great seeing all you guys and Annika, who's not a guy.
You noticed.
I don't know if you talked about this before I came on, but I want everyone to tune in on the 27th, right?
Yep. Next Tuesday.
Yeah, so because we're gonna have all the Matt Grain. There we go. We're gonna be auctioning off comics that Matt will sign and remark at his leisure. Out there in California, and then they will be on their way back to you, the lucky winners.
Right. And they can be CGC'd, so that is something that we can do and will do for anybody that wants that.
Yeah, it's for the National Cartoonist Society Foundation. It's going for a really great cause. We pre-auctioned one last week, right?
Yep.
And it went for how much?
$630.
$630 signed and remarked by Matt and signed and remarked by me. Hey, Doug's back.
Yep.
Thought I'd come back for a few.
Sure.
Yeah.
So did you have to end up getting like Christmas goodies and stuff, or did you come straight home?
Well, it's a bit of a drive no matter what. So I picked up my daughter, and then we went and looked at some lights that she wanted to see, and then back home. So didn't have to get anything. Though we did have to. It's -10 out right now. I don't know. It doesn't feel much difference when it was -2. It feels the same.
Yeah.
How close are you to Tom Richmond, where he lives?
I'm about 45 minutes away. So
Okay.
yeah.
So
You
he's
guys,
freezing
you
his
guys
ass
know
off.
each other pretty well, huh?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've known Tom since he was about 19 years old, drawing caricatures and living life large.
Yeah, he was a real punk.
He was totally true. He'd admit it.
And he ends up being the president of the National Cartoonist Society.
Hey,
Who has it?
when they opened the door, they let him in.
There's a message to you kids. You can grow up to be president.
Well, Aiken's a cartoonist now, so he's going to run next year.
There's nothing that says you're going to be president of the U.S., but you can be president of something.
Hey,
right.
the question is, does anyone really want to be president of the Cartoonist Society?
Well, I was
NCS?
president for 4 years, and
Yeah.
I can.
Was it a thankless job or a very
Yeah.
well? I know
Well,
it's very
no.
appreciated.
Some people thank me, but
Yeah.
but it does give you perspective, and I respect, like, Tom and I have been friends for a long time, but I respect, like, once I became president, I respected him so much.
You
And I'll
named-
never forget the encouraging words that Tom said to me when I was going to take over as president. I called him up and I had some questions for him, and I think he misunderstood why I was calling him. And the words he said to me were, "Please don't tell me you're not going to take this job, because I cannot do another 2 years."
I attended one NCS function. I did the one
I
out in
remember that.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
It was, talk about a swank affair. I spent, of course, haven't been back to another one since, and I don't know why. For health, I wanted to do the one this last year, but for health reasons, I couldn't make it.
Well, you should come back.
I'd love to. You know why? Because comic book people, when they go to conventions, what do? They get soaked in the bar. That's about as much fun as they have. And, it's a real convention. It's not a chance to make money. It's a chance to actually just celebrate what you do and to hang out with some really interesting people who are all doing the same. I couldn't believe how much fun it was and how much work went into it to making it such a, such an excellent experience. So
yeah, well, I think, because we have the long history going back to 1946 of the NCS and so many legendary comic artists and writers who have been members, you just automatically want to keep up that level of excellence. And
Which is why I'm not a member.
Well, that's why we've never accepted your application, Dave.
There hasn't been one yet, to be fair. Every time I fill it out, it bursts into flames.
I'm not kidding though, man. That was it's a great way to get together and to to really, like I said, celebrate what you do.
Yeah, it really is. I'm proud. When I became a member, it was the mid '90s, and I remember my first Reuben Awards. Sparky was there, Charles and Mort Walker, and so many legendary creators, Dan DiCarlo, and it was being a young cartoonist and being at this like black tie affair with all these legends. It makes you feel like you're part of that.
So, Bill, my goal is to join when I'm an old cartoonist and don't know anyone else who's there, and it's all just really weird and kind of confusing, and maybe I'm at the cartoonist thing, maybe I've stumbled into something else.
Well, you should wait and join when you're the most famous cartoonist that's a member.
I will wait for that.
So you
Call
can be
me.
You can be the biggest fish.
Call me when that happens.
In a very small pond.
I'll sit by the phone, just waiting for that call.
No, I refuse to accept that. You will become a member. And Craig, you as well, and Doug, you as well, and Aranga.
Yeah.
Jeff and Ken, not you.
I can tell you,
Bill,
I
it's
can tell you one of
okay.
the-
You don't have to make me feel good about myself.
One of the absolute funnest parts of going is that so many of these people are funny. Like cartoonists, who would thought cartoonists are actually funny people?
Oh my God, Mike Peters! Like if you let him get in front of a microphone, forget about it. I mean, you're going to be on the floor. Some of them are not so funny. Like they're funnier in print than they are on stage. But there are some that are just, you think you're at a comedy show. They're so good.
I agree. So what have you guys been talking about since I left an hour ago or whatever?
We're just talking about you.
Porn.
There's not that much to say. Well, there's something to say about that.
Yeah, I don't know what we were doing.
We were talking about Alex Saviuk's disco keyboard days.
Yeah.
And his
all
peppermint schnapps habit.
Yes, Bill got canceled.
I got
Bill got canceled.
He was there when I got canceled, I think.
No, Doug had already left.
Oh, you had left. Yeah, so I got canceled. I made a racist comment about Aranga. And
so your career's over is what you're saying.
Just so anybody who's watching knows, I requested this from Bill. I didn't just ask for a Simpsonization. Bill was like, "Oh, let me just do this for the brown guy and make him a poo."
By the way, Ken, you got the sweater color wrong. That's not a Pooh's Quickie Mart sweater.
I wasn't going for a poo.
That's the kind of sweater that Aranga wears all the time, though, so it's okay.
Correct. It's in my
blue cardigan.
You guys should see me when I do this. It's Renee. What color is this? Look at Renee. What color is
Yes,
this?
for those of you who don't know, Ken is colorblind. For anybody who does not know this.
I think it's quite apparent by the artwork that he's shown.
What are you trying to say, Morrison?
Hey, you told me that I wasn't busting balls enough, so
this is true.
So you stepped it up just a bit.
Yeah, I've been trying to.
Hey, you fulfilled a request. That's how it works.
Yeah, I told Bill. I said he got to step his game up, But I also told him that if he does, he's coming back to him too.
And that's how he got canceled.
It hasn't come back.
Well, and that's how Bill Morrison got canceled, just like that.
He did it to himself.
That's it.
Yeah.
I figure Ken's from New Jersey, so
Yeah.
Every word out of his mouth could get him.
There's a high bar when it comes to ball busting.
There is. I've done some pretty epic things and been a part of a few things that are pretty great. But
you
I
guys
can't
all know about Ken's past as a sports rep?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, that's how I,
Yeah.
But why don't you tell us about it?
He's got He's got some great dirt on some of our legendary celebrity athletes.
I do. We have to end the broadcast to talk about some of that stuff. I've seen things.
They let you in the locker room.
No. I've been in the locker room. Yeah, nothing happens in the locker room. It's what happens at the hotel.
He knows where the jock straps are buried. Let's just say.
I thought you were leaving, Beckerman. What's going on?
I've been watching in the chat, and I was like, "Well, they're picking on Ken, so I want to be there for that."
Yeah. I've got some stories. None that I can think of to talk about, though.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, you just being a polite gentleman then.
None that won't result in a lawsuit from a.
It's more than anything else.
I don't think anyone's ever called Ken a polite gentleman. I don't think those words have ever put together in that order. Well, let's see. Everybody here.
A lot of guys were nice guys, though. I mean, yeah, most of the guys I worked with. If they weren't a nice guys, I didn't work with them again. So there was no point in not being a nice guy. You know.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, so I know Ken wanted to kind of wrap this up. Everybody who's here, please stay here because we can talk afterwards. But I know Ken kind of wanted to wrap things up, and we wanted to thank you guys all for joining us for our wonderful anniversary Christmas spectacular. And I want to thank Doug and Dave and Craig and Oranga and Bill and Becker and Annika and Alex Saviak and Randy Emerlin and anybody else I'm missing who showed up tonight because I can't remember everybody. But thank you guys all for coming and stick around because we got a cool new outro video that we're going to debut tonight. And thank you guys so much. And we'll see you next week for the wonderful charity auction of the remarks by Matt Groening. And thank you guys again. Have a great night. We'll see you all next time. Peace.